What's up, squad? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Happy Friday. Woo, it's Saturday now, ain't it? Almost. Almost. Hold on. Let me make sure my audio is on. Yup. Come on in. Come on in, honey. Come pick up your clothes.
So come pick up your clothes. I have them folded.
Come pick up your clothes. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. What's up, squad? It's been a minute. Okay. I still got a little congestion going on, honey, a little post nasal drip. So I might be coughing and turning off the camera a little bit, but I'm here, honey. I'm here. Tonight's video is sponsored by The Thirst is Real, Nene Lick's Tropical Rich. Go and get you some right now at thethirstinsreal.com. Okay. It is ready to serve. It is cool on ice, honey, and it might knock out a cold. Ooh, okay. Shout out to The Thirst is Real. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, pink hearts in the chat for Mama Brown. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for thinking of my mom. She's doing amazing. I appreciate y'all. You said I was telling my friend all this tea happening because Michelle congested. It seemed that way, don't it? It seemed that way. It's like they're gonna drop all this stuff when they know I can't talk about it. Okay, but come pick up.
Don't knock on my door. No, you can't come in.
Come pick up your clothes. Anyway, shout out to Kandi Burruss. We got Kandi Burruss on the agenda tonight. Okay. Not the drunk Michelle. I ain't drunk yet. I just had a little sip, just a little sip to get the little congestion out my throat, just a little bit. Okay. I'm just gonna sip it slowly. Okay. We have KKK Kim Zolciak on the agenda. We got Porsha. I don't know who that is. Hold on, who is that? I don't know who that is in that thumbnail right there. I guess that's I don't know who that is. Wait a minute, let me see what the I don't know. They putting so many thumbnails in. Oh, we got Porsha on Carlos King. I don't know. It don't even look like me, does it? I'm like, who is that in that thumbnail, child? I was just like, I was rushing. And they said, we're going to put you on the left and we're going to put them on the right. And I was like, okay. And I just did it, honey. I was like, who is that? Okay, we just going to roll with it. She got red glasses on, close enough. We got KK Kim Zolciak losing custody of her kids. We have KKK Kandi. We had Kandi confirming what we already knew, that she is alleging that Todd cheated on her. That's why she didn't want to do it. But we're gonna talk about that in a minute, okay? Because I've been told y'all, but we're gonna talk about that too. Also we have TS Madison and his business partner Dominique Morgan, and how the DL Whisperer was right on point with everything he was saying. We're gonna talk about that too, okay? Might as well. But before we get started, one thing that I would like all of you to do, if you don't mind, please, because it helps us in the algorithm, is take a brief moment and click that like button. It don't matter if it's thumbs up or thumbs down. I just need you to do it for me so that the people can see and share. And share, because now we are streaming on Facebook. We are streaming on both my YouTube channels. We are streaming on Twitch, and we are streaming on X. So shout out to all of the people. Okay, let's start with, you know what I got on the agenda that I didn't talk about this week is the ratings for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I did come on and I did do my review with y'all about, how they are arguing over beef, and how they were trying to say that Phaedra was saying that Pinky Cole ate beef, and Pinky was like, it's gonna ruin her business. But I even told y'all then, I was like, Kelly said it. Kelly said to go watch my review. And this week, y'all gonna find out it was Kelly who actually said it. Now, Phaedra may have implied it because she a lawyer, she implies things, but it was actually Kelly who said it. But even with all of that, we don't care, because it's like, why are y'all going through these superficial arguments and act like we supposed to care. We don't care. Okay, we trying to learn these people. We don't care about joking about eating beef or whatever. If she had a Jamaican restaurant and she was selling ribs back in 2007, so what? She ain't doing it now, so it is what it is. But I'm on my soapbox about the show, and I ain't even talking about the ratings. But my thing is, your husband runs a cheesesteak company, and you sleep with him every night. So you kissing on somebody who eating on beef. He didn't stop eating beef, so I don't understand what the problem is. But I digress. Now, the ratings for this week. Let me see what they was, honey. Did they go up or did they went down a teensy bit? But it's like about 10,000 people left. 10,000 people left. Okay, that's better than 100,000. In the beginning, again, it was 620,000 for episode 1, 710,000 for episode 2, 690,000 for episode 3, and then Where's the Beef and the Budget got 680,000. So they only lost 10,000. So maybe they'll come back next week when they go to Dallas. I don't know. I think the ratings should be going up, not down, but that's just my opinion. Y'all seem to think that Kate What's Her Face is saving this show, and I think she is dragging it down to the pits of hell. But that's just my opinion. Who am I? I'm just one person. I am just one person. Is it me? Are y'all tired of hearing about Kate What's Her Face and her butt job? Okay, I'm tired. I don't want to hear about it no more. I don't want to hear about it leaking. I don't want to hear about you the couch. I don't want to hear about you getting upset with Porsha. I don't want to hear about it. Like the butt thing is a moot point. Okay, you decided to put silicone in your ass in the back alley, and now you gotta pay the price for the dumb decision that you made. It is what it is. Okay, moving on. Like this video. Like you said, the last episode was a snoozer. I can tell by the way y'all didn't watch my video. I can tell by the way y'all didn't watch that damn video. I'm like, damn, why the people don't like the Real Housewives no more? I'm gotta find something else to talk about. What's gonna happen? You said nobody is saving that show. It is not what it used to be. But Porsha was on Carlos King, and she said that Cynthia, and Phaedra are the anchors of the show. So I'm trying to figure out if Porsha, Phaedra, and Cynthia are supposed to be the anchors. Like how? Like is their fault? I don't. Whose fault is it? Is it their fault? Is it the newbies' fault? Is it the youngsters' fault? What do you call the people that's been there but they ain't been there for several years? Is it Drew's fault? Whose fault is it? You said the ratings dropping like a back belt. Not the ratings dropping like a back alley BBL leak. Okay, not the ratings dropping. Child, y'all are lit. Rhode Island is really good. I haven't reviewed it, but Rhode Island is giving you that old school Housewives feel, and it's crazy because it's like people tuning in for Rhode Island, but they ain't tuning in for the Housewives. But anyway, you said dingbat Porsha can't anchor nothing. Did y'all watch Porsha on Carlos King's interview? Did y'all watch it? Put a one in the chat if y'all even tuned in for it. Cause I wasn't gonna look at it at first because no shade to Carlos. I like Carlos a little bit, just teensy bit, but he really get on my nerves, low key. But all that yelling and screaming and yes, and you my favorite, and and you are my and the girls, and like that just gets on my nerves. But I did watch it. I gotta admit, I did. Shout out to Carlos and his exuberance. Okay. You said no. Some of y'all did. Y'all did. Okay. Like raindrops. Okay, so all the raindrops had tuned into to Porsha at Porsha's Palace. Okay, because she sold the other house. Remember, I was the first one to tell you she sold that house in Duluth. Okay, I told y'all when she closed on that house, kicked her mama right on out and took the equity out. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because Simon ain't paying for this house, so somebody got to pay the bills or it's gonna be foreclosed. Okay. But anyway, I'm digressing. And so her and Carlos sat up in the house that is the bone of contention in her divorce. And it was real echoey. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out, Carlos, with all these people you didn't hire, all these random camera people, all these different angles, you didn't hire a sound man that could have filter out the echo? Because I'm like, dang, I know the ceilings is high. I know the room is, don't have carpet and all of that. Like, I know that there's not too much furniture in there. But at the end of the day, we didn't need to hear that damn echo. Now, I'm believing Kay What's her face when Kay What's her face said it's like a museum. Like a little chair here, a little chair there, nothing right here. I don't know what's going on. You said they didn't show the real team on the show. Oh, okay. You said, does that woman she dating have money? Listen, does anybody have money? It just depends. Money is subjective. It just depends on what you think money is. They say Mike got money. Mike was showing y'all because Mike was in his feelings the other day. Okay, and he got on his Instagram and showed y'all he had money. He was getting his Maybach cleaned, honey, downtown on 10th Street. Hold on, let me go. I'm so messy. I'm going off the rails. But yeah, he was down there. He was like, he tired of y'all acting like he broke and he can't afford Porsche, even though he an actor. He is tired. Okay. And this is what Mike had posted because Mike was like, yeah, I make money from these Facebook skits. Y'all can't say nothing about me. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Mike Bless. Look, 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 look. This is what he said right here. This is what he said. Hold on. Look, look, look. He said he is cleaning his car. Can I hear? What did it say? Can y'all hear that? Oh, yo, I'm in the wrong window. I'm up here looking at the video thinking y'all can see it. I'm in the wrong window. Hold on. Hold on. Where's the window, Lord? Remove it. Oh, there it is right there. I'm in the wrong window. Here it is right here.
I watch down to your boy, man. You can't get in, can't get out. A little solo mission, man. You know what I mean?
He trying to let y'all know he got a good
I
car.
gotta get the wheels clean, and I gotta get the boat scrubbed. Them motherfuckers looking crazy. They looking crazy, man. But yeah, no, this ain't no. This I want y'all to know, man. This ain't no flex video. This ain't flexing, man. This is me having gratitude that I came to a great city like Atlanta from Ohio. Little small town nigga, man. Just a kid from Ohio, let LeBron say. And I'm in one of the greatest cities in the world. I don't get nothing but love everywhere I go, man. So I ain't flexing. Please don't fix it as a flex. This is gratitude, man. I'm grateful for love, man. Ain't nothing better than love, man. You know what I mean? ATL, I love y'all too. Man, they just shut the car wash down for your boy, man. You can't get in,
Now they shut the car
can't
down.
get out. A little solo mission, man. You know what I mean? And I get the wheels clean, and I gotta get the boat scrubbed. Them motherfuckers looking crazy.
So clearly, Mike wants y'all to know he got a little something. Okay, he might not be able to afford a $9 million mansion like Simon, but he got a little something. Okay, he said he might not be able to buy it, but he can pay the mortgage every now and then. That's what I get. That's what I get from yes, exactly. Wealth whispers, okay. But it is what it is. Everybody in Atlanta is rich, okay. Everybody in Atlanta is driving Maybachs, Porsches, Rolls Royces. Like when I tell you everybody, it's like I'm like, where everybody get all this money from? Okay, I'm like, look, I even got a Porsche, so I ain't rich, okay. I'm just saying, where does everybody in Atlanta get all this money from? And how is it that y'all can't afford to be off in the middle of the day getting y'all lease cars washed like that? Atlanta. I love me some Atlanta. Everybody in Atlanta is rich. Okay, don't be hating on us. Okay, you said his feet ashy. That's why he paid off the car wash. He said they closed it down for him. He is a paid actor. Well, there's that. You said, will Simon get the house back? I don't know. They listen from everything that we read in the court documents. Allegedly, Portia had 3 years. Remember, she had 36 months to live in the house from the day of the divorce. And if that is true, and if they are abiding by the terms of the prenup, then Portia has until February. I think it was February 27th of February of 2027. I'm not sure of the exact date that she filed. Is when she will be departing the mansion. Okay, allegedly, like I don't know for sure. We will see, because Portia's a slippery slope. Like she be slipping and sliding and getting up out of the messes. So you never know. Portia may have a little something in her back pocket. You said Atlanta is the ghetto version of LA. Fake it till you make it. Okay, well we're the black Hollywood. Okay, y'all the white Hollywood in LA. We the black Hollywood over here. Everybody is famous, like everybody. It don't even matter who you are. You listen. I don't even understand. Nobody walks around with security in Atlanta because everybody is a star. But I digress. You said Mike gonna get signed by Tyler Perry. Okay. Moving on, I was talking about Porsha and Carlos, right? So Porsha said a lot of things in this Carlos King interview. And before I even get started, I want to play some clips. Shout out to Carlos King. I don't even know. Let me see. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowance is made for what? Fair use, fair use, fair use. Now, Porsha and Carlos touched on a few things. One of the things she was talking about was she had hit rock bottom back in the day in her first divorce. And y'all remember when Cordell kicked her out the house? Okay. Cordell said, your mama is on my sofa, on my white sofa, eating pizza. She got to get up out of here. We's tired of Miss Diane in the house. Okay. And when Cordell decided it was over, Cordell changed the locks. Okay. Listen, Simon waited too long. Oh, y'all be mad at me. Simon waited too long. Cordell said, it's over. I'm going to change the locks. And then Porsha came home after a night out and couldn't get back in, and it was a wrap, okay? Then, next thing you know, she was his beard. He was gay. He was all of these things, okay? But Porsha has discussed, hold on, let me see. What does it say right here? It says Porsha Williams discusses hitting a financial rock bottom and getting a $500 loan from her mom. Okay, let me see. Is this it right here? I don't know what this one say, honey. Shout out to Carlos King. It's been on TMZ. It's been everywhere. And I was just on his page and I saw the TMZ. I thought that was the actual video, but it wasn't. Let's see what this one say.
Reached over $10 million in sales.
Are you the richest black female reality star on a TV show currently?
Oh, how you doing?
Hey, titty!
Glad I brought out Coco and Chanel, honey.
They tried to break out Louis and Vuitton. Did you ever think in a million years?
See, that's what I'm talking about, all that yelling.
That the girl who started season 5 would become the face of season 17.
Because I never would have foreseen Nene not being here, Kenya not being here, Kandi. I mean, we owned it. It was our house. I would just hope like now I'm a good keeper of the house.
Kenya got suspended from the show. Did it make you nervous in terms of, I have to carry this now on my own?
I just wasn't open emotionally to anybody on the cast except for Cynthia. Although I knew that there needed to be an anchor at some point, I wasn't ready to do that.
I think in your marriage to Cordell, never forget him being on the radio, and he said he was used to being heralded as Cordell Stewart, and he was now reduced to meeting people as
Porsha's husband. I was forewarned by Nene. First of all, your husband's pussy game is gonna go through the roof. Second thing she told me was, it can only be one star in that house. I can remember one time we had disagreement and he said those exact words.
He said what?
There can only be one star in this house.
So when you married Simon, you quit Dish Nation, you quit Housewives.
This is what happened, and I guess this is a for the record type of conversation.
Yes.
For the record, okay.
For the record, did you not think at the time that, oh shit, they're gonna think I took this woman's husband?
Whether she was my friend or not, no, she wasn't. I also had text messages that showed.
And when people say to you, when you and Simon were divorcing, that this was your karma.
Right. So if it was karma, it's good karma. Because there are some parts of that relationship, I have to admit that I was falling back into old patterns way back with my first marriage.
Do you know that people were making bets at your wedding, whether or not it's going to last? Did Shamea ever once come to you and say, hey, friend, I want to be a housewife of Atlanta. Put your girl on.
I'm playing all this because this is the clip and this is all of his questions and none of her answers. And I'll get to the answers in a second.
K. Michelle did do tweets even after the episode aired. What do you have to say about that?
I don't think this is a route that K. Michelle needs to take or has to take. I think it's a wrong road. I think that when she looks back at this first season, she'll probably be like, oh, I probably chose the wrong team. And I probably should have gone about things in a more offensive way.
So what can we expect for you next, though? Another baby you want?
Maybe the baby subject is difficult. I just so happened to go to the doctor today and found out that.
Okay, so Porsha found out she had fibroids. She said she, but she had already said on the show she ain't trying to have no kids. Okay. Another thing that she talked about was she kind of didn't talk about the Shamea situation. She kind of smoothed over that. Like the people say in the chat, like Porsha definitely has a good PR person. She has been media trained to the gods. Okay, she under that NBC Universal 360 contract. So yeah, Porsha didn't answer a whole lot, but one thing she did answer was about Simon, because remember, she said that her and Fallon were not friends, but she had known Simon from years ago. Okay, she had known Simon from years ago. So I mean that coincides with what I told y'all, that everybody knows Simon. Simon was buying the drinks. Okay, Simon was buying everything. So there is I mean, she telling little truth here and there, but it seems to me that Porsha keeps like am I frozen? I don't think I'm frozen. Porsha keeps changing the story every single time. Every single time she keeps changing the story. Look, I had froze myself. I'm looking at the thing like, am I frozen? And I stopped. Okay. But anyway, Porsha keeps changing the story every single time. And when Porsha responded to the question about Simon, it triggered Fallon Pina, because Fallon actually went to her page and then, came up out from wherever she was and started saying certain things. So it's interesting because Porsha's saying that Fallon was not her friend, which we know technically we know how it goes, how they bring people on, introduce them, they have lunch or whatever, and then they're friends of the show or whatever, and technically they're your coworker. So a lot of people have been asking, well, when the divorce happened, well, why you didn't reach out to Fallon and check on her? You didn't reach out to her. You reached out to Simon, which indicated that you already knew him in some form or fashion, which is what I already told you. And you was like, Fallon, we don't give a fuck. We don't. We know Fallon had her own issues as well. Fallon was over there messing with the pool boy child. And now her and the pool boy are married, and they got one or two more children. How many children they got? I guess they got two more children. They got two more children. And yeah, but there's that. But it was interesting that Porsha kind of skated over a bunch of the questions. You said they waited too late to media train Porsha. Not too late. Fallon was pregnant already during her marriage, and she was, because remember I exposed that, and then Fallon came out and said I was lying. Okay, Fallon said she was not big and pregnant, and she didn't walk her dogs because she had a big yard. Y'all don't remember that? So it's a lot of things that a lot of this tea that I had broke. But moving on, another thing that Porsha was talking about was when she decided that she liked girls. She said she liked girls a long time ago. She said that she was hunting on girls when she was in elementary school. Hold on, this is another clip from Carlos's page, and y'all know the drill. Like this video. I mean, copyright disclaimer on Section 107. Here it is.
When did you know you was into women?
I always knew.
I knew at 7 I was into boys.
I'm pretty sure around that time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hunt you, everybody. It didn't matter, girl, boy. We just come over. How can we put these two things together? Let's bump belly buttons. And I ain't care what was below the belly button. So at that point I said, yeah, maybe so. Yeah, you think I'm serious. It didn't matter. It didn't.
So Porsha was saying she been doing it a long time, honey. Listen, Porsha is kind of deceptive, and I know a bunch of y'all are Porsha fans, but on the one hand, Porsha said she been known since she was a kid, but then she was preaching against homosexuality. So I'm like, at what point did you decide that it was a sin?
I had me a girlfriend in elementary school and everything.
You did not have a girl in elementary school, Porsha.
Yes, I did. She had blonde hair. We used to go to the tire back.
You was in an interracial relationship?
Yes, I was.
All this hooting and hollering.
I never said this before, but
No,
yes, it's true.
okay. My first boyfriend at 7 was Allen. He was a white boy.
Really?
That's why I was laughing.
Really?
I was 7. I
Yes.
lived in St. Paul, Minnesota.
I was definitely.
You said she lying. Yes, you are worthy. We need to save the gays and the lesbians. Go out and save them and let them know that you are worthy.
Definitely at a private school, and we definitely had our favorite tire. We go over there and do a little smooch. Yeah, just little and just cute and whatever. But yeah, I mean,
Okay, so Porsha was into girls. What's the next clip, Carlos? What else we got? It said, is Porsha the richest star on TV?
You have built a multi-million-dollar empire.
Now, listen. See, I know a lot of y'all gonna think I'm hating on Porsha, and I'm not. Okay, but I don't believe that Porsha has sold that many bundles of hair, and I don't believe she done sold that many sheets for her to be the richest person on the show. I don't believe it. I don't care what you say. Porsha does not have Simon's money. Porsha may live in Simon's mansion, but Porsha is not that rich. Okay, so a lot of y'all was saying the same thing about this situation because it's giving a little KK Kim Zolciak. Remember when KK Kim Kim was saying that she had cashmere and she was selling these, what was cashmere? Body oils and lotions and facials or whatever it was, and she said it was a multi-billion-dollar business and she was up there with the Kardashians. Y'all remember that? That's what it's giving to me. So here she is again, and she's gonna be comparing herself to the Kardashians as well.
Talk to us about the many business endeavors that you do have.
Well, Go Naked just reached over $10 million in sales. And I've had Go Naked Hair 10 plus years. And that's a huge accomplishment for me and my business and my partners. And well, not partners because I don't have any partners, but I would say our staff.
You own it 100%.
100% own Go Naked Hair. And we just reached over $10 million. Pampered by Porsha, I've had over 7 years, and we have also reached over millions.
$1 million in 7 years, divide $1 million by 7. She's not making $1 million a year. She's saying that she has sold $1 million worth of merchandise in 7 years. That's not a success, is it?
What I have to say for people who say Porsha is dumb or bimbo, it's just words. Continue to do so. I mean, I post enough on my page. Sometimes people, when they come to my Instagram and they see some of my posts, they're like, hell, I didn't know I was on Porsha page. Because I will repost 265. Me saying,
oh gosh, you said 10 million. 10 million. Porsha was the first housewife to sell $10 million worth of sheets. Porsha was the first. You said you ordered 3 sets last month and you ordered Go Naked Hair. Okay, you better order. Listen, I'm not saying she ain't making it. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying I don't believe she's the richest.
265 days a year, I will repost Underground Railroad. I repost it all. Because at the end of the day, who don't say crazy shit sometimes? Who the hell is sitting at home with their family and they family like, oh, you the bimbo of the family? Like, it happens. People say crazy things. It is what it is. But when it comes to doing business and having a mindset to build a very successful brand, I also have that. Women are multifaceted. Okay, Porsha said she is smart, she is kind, and y'all gonna stop calling her dumb. That's what she said. I am goofy as hell, okay? Like, have a laugh, because I'm gonna have a laugh too, but just know on my laugh, I'm laughing to the day of bank.
You have Pampered by Porsha. You have Go Naked Hair. You have all of these things, and you get a cute check from Housewives, child.
Yes.
How much
and I have a all-around deal with NBC Universal. I have a production company. I think maybe
now Porsha got a production company. We learning stuff now. Porsha got a production company, honey. That's why Porsha was over there. Remember I told you her YouTube channel was being produced and Porsha had got verified before she even got 100,000. Porsha, listen, I told y'all back then, y'all wasn't listening.
Maybe some points I have done myself an injustice and not popping my shit.
You talk about all your businesses. How much are your businesses worth?
I mean, I'm still modest. I know I just dropped the number of Go Naked.
You're not modest if you say you modest.
Get sales, but I'm still very modest.
Are you the richest Black female?
I'm very humble. I'm very humble. I'm very humble. So I'm not gonna tell you. I'm very modest.
Reality star on a TV show currently?
Maybe you'll see Forbes coming up next year, and you'll be able to answer that question for yourself.
Are you worth more than $20 million?
Again, you'll be seeing Forbes.
Am I close or am I near?
Porsha said you'll be seeing Forbes next year, and then she did an interview the next week.
I'm blessed.
Blessed to where, you know, God poured me out a blessing where I may not have enough room to receive it. So
I got room to receive more than 20 million.
Porsha said she can still get more money. Now, another thing that Porsha talked about, let me go over here to this YouTube page, y'all. Hold on. Now, another thing that Porsha said that was interesting, she was giving the story about why she decided to leave season 15 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you recall, it was said back then that Porsha did not want the scrutiny of her fellow castmates for quote unquote stealing her castmate's husband, because you remember the optics was bad. She was being dragged up and down the streets and all of that. Porsha kind of explained, and even her explain was still bad. You know, yeah, Bolo and all of that. Even her explanation was still bad because Porsha seems to think that we don't remember that she said different things. Okay, now she's saying that she had already decided not to return that season. She also said that I remember back then she said that because she was traveling with Simon, and because she didn't want to come back, that Simon would be paying her what NBC or Bravo was paying her, so he was supplementing her income. That's why he was giving her $30,000 a month or whatever it was. Now she said on here, she kind of slipped up and said the same thing, because she said, yeah, and then he was giving me money to supplement that. So if you were already going to go, why would he be giving you money to supplement it? I'm just confused. But anyway, yeah, she think we forgot. But hold on, let me see if I can find that clip. Like this video, y'all, please, and thank you. Like this video. Let me go to Carlos King, honey. He said, tell the truth, Porsha. Tell the truth. What is going on, Porsha? Why you have to every single time? And I don't understand. I feel like nowadays, I think social media has been kind of like the downfall of the truth according to reality stars, because now most reality stars know that they can use social media to kind of skew the narrative, and a lot of their fans, good, bad, or indifferent, will believe it coming from their mouth as opposed to coming from a blogger's mouth, even though the blogger and Michelle may be telling the truth. So yeah, just like Kenya, use Kenya as an example. I told y'all for months that Kenya was being evicted, and Kenya was saying that would never happen. That's not going to happen, blah, 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 blah. And then when it happened, now all of a sudden Kenya's saying, she can't wait for her day in court, but she already been to court. You know what I'm saying? So, her fans, her followers, her diehard Team Twirl is going to believe that. The same with Porsha. Her diehard followers will believe that she's a multimillionaire and that, she's telling the truth about everything that she's saying. Now, hold on, let me go and click some of these pertinent points. You said, Michelle, didn't Porsha tell Simon she need income supplemented? Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And she kind of alluded to that in this interview. Let me see where I can find it. Let's see about hold on. I'm trying to go to the exact part. Here it is, 24. Y'all know the drill. Copyright disclaimer in section 107 of the Copyright Act, honey. We're going to see what Porsha has said, and when she said, she alluded to it.
I left Housewives for that break when I turned 40. I was around 40. And I had planned for that financially, mentally.
She thinks she planned for it, but I don't believe that's true. She only planned for it because she got with a rich man who would supplement that income.
Everything. I knew that I had my daughter Pilar. I knew that I wanted to experience real life in real time outside of the cameras. And I knew I was going to give myself that time to step away. So I had financially planned for that. These checks are large doing Housewives. Mm-hmm. So
now pay attention now. Yes, copyright disclaimer in section 107 of the Copyright Act, allowance is made for what? Fair use. You said Porsha's net worth is $1.5 million, last reported in 2026. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, listen, I don't know if that's true or not because the internet be lying, but 1.5 ain't that much. If she's saying she the richest on the show, hold on, let's finish.
That means I had been very responsible with my income to know I could walk away from that check. And I did so. Then I met Simon, and at that point, I was working at Dish Nation.
Oh, she said she met Simon and then she walked away. I don't believe that. Do y'all believe that? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Porsha. Put a 5 in the chat if you think she lying.
And I'm traveling with him and all that, and it's like, oh well, babe, I want you with me. And he decided to supplement that income. Well, thank you very much. So that's how that happened.
Radiant said Simon repeated it on his recent Tasha K interview. He said she was very depressed because of Bolo and cried every night. She didn't want to return, so she asked him to support her. Porsha is a liar. Okay, listen, he told me that too. Okay, the whole Bolo situation, Kenya slut shaming. That's why Tanya was so embarrassed. She didn't want to be seen around town anymore. It was what it was. But she was going to come back if she didn't have a financier. If Simon wasn't there to give her the money, like that was her plan. It wasn't that she had planned financially and she had the money to step down. So yeah, she was already with Simon by that time.
And I did not leave Housewives because I got married and I just walked away from Housewives. It was planned.
Because the rumor is you left Housewives when you married Simon because you didn't want to deal with answering questions about that relationship.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, I've dealt with worse questions on Housewives.
I mean, y'all saying what makes his story true. I'm not saying his story true and her story is fake. I'm just saying that she's told a different story that lined up with his in the beginning. And I don't believe he was lying about it. And the fact of, we all know when she got with Simon, they had been together a little while before that, because when she announced it, they were already engaged. So let's not act like they weren't already together.
Yeah. And I even came back after the turmoil, so that would even be worse, right? No, it's listen, I've had my feet to the fire. I've been burnt. I've been everything on this show. There's nothing that I'm afraid of. I had already genuinely let Housewives know prior to that reunion I wasn't.
Right, and she had Porsha Family Matters. Y'all listen, 1 + 1 don't equal 8. Okay, everything lined up. The Porsha Family Matters was probably because she, wanted some time off, and she wanted, to separate herself a little bit, and they paid her the rest of her salary to do the Porsha Family Matters, which was filmed under the whole umbrella of was it filmed under season 15? I can't remember. I think it was. But yeah, that was a part of the season.
Back. They knew that already. Andy knew that. Everyone knew that already. And that's before I even got with Simon. So, I understand how it looks. And I'm the type of celebrity to where I don't chase after all the narratives that are out there. Do I think that some of them I probably should have addressed? Maybe. But
and here we go with the narrative. Should she have addressed the narrative that she stole her castmate's husband? Do y'all think that was a fair narrative to place on her? Because my thing is, whether Fallon was cheating or not, they were still married. I mean, I was trying to take up for it at the time. I was like, everybody is somebody's ex, but at the end of the day, they were still married.
I just don't do that, because at the end of the day, I am a public figure and my life is out there, and people are going to come up with timelines and this and that, and you just can't chase it. I got to be too busy living my life. You know what I mean? And by the time I came back to Housewives, I was in survival mode. So I'm not in a place where I'm worried about what people are saying, or I'm not trying to clear things up for anybody because I'm too busy really living my life.
So I remember, and speaking of clearing things up, because
okay, I'm done with Porsha. A lot of what she said was fluff. I think y'all should go and watch the full interview over on Carlos King's page. She also addressed her relationship with Shamea. Well, actually, she didn't address it. Hold on, let me see if I can find that part. Like this video, please, and thank you. Like this video. With the Shamea situation, here is what she said. I'm using Gemini to find the timestamps. Like this video, please, and thank you. Like this video. Porsha acknowledges that while their friendship was real, it no longer exists. She states, "We are no longer friends. we no longer have a relationship at all. So here is what she said about Shamea.
First of all, I'll say this. I shy away from talking about Shamea in recent interviews, just because in season 17, she did something so low down, so disrespectful.
What she doing season 17 that was so low down and so disrespectful, except trying to get Porsha to acknowledge on camera that she had been talking off camera differently? What did Shamea do that was so disrespectful? I'm trying to figure this out. Y'all explain to me.
So hurtful and so unwarranted that I do shy away from speaking about her, because what ended up happening out of nowhere, it was something that just taught me, okay, you really probably shouldn't speak about this person too much. You should probably just, step back. And
I think when they went to lunch, I think that was the final straw because Shamea was saying that Porsha was acting differently, on camera and in their social circles on the show than she was off camera. And I think calling her out like that was what stopped Porsha from engaging with her. And the fact of, their mothers was feeling some kind of way because wasn't it Portia's mother that said you can't trust a dog to carry a bone, and then Shamea's mother was pissed off at Portia's mother for basically calling Shamea a dog and all of that. So it started trickling over to the parents. Okay, that's what I think happened. If something different happened, y'all let me know.
And let her have it. You know what I mean? It really got to that place, and because at the end of the day, this show, yes, it's a show. But our friendship was real.
Mm-hmm.
And her still being on the show, I had to come into this season knowing, okay, you know what? We're no longer friends. We no longer have a relationship at all. But
they were no longer friends last season. I'm sure something happens this season as well. But I think it started last season when Shamea got her peach. Like Porsha was acting real dismissive, like she didn't want to engage with Shamea. And Shamea was like, well, what the fuck? Like, we friends and I got your back. But then Porsha was acting like, Shamea wasn't who she. I think it all started from the fact that Simon and Shamea's husband are friends. Let's just start there. I think it all starts from Porsha had a guilty conscience because she know what she did with the Simon situation was wrong, and she know how it looks. She knows that people were low key supporting her when they did get married because people did go to her weddings, okay. And even after that, people were like, okay, the optics may have been bad, okay, but we gonna support this because we know that sometimes relationships start out messy, okay. His wife wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. They had already broken up. Whatever happens, happens. Porsha is with him now, and we gonna celebrate Porsha and Simon. And then in the midst of everybody celebrating them being together and this being a relationship that maybe could be beneficial for them both, all of a sudden Porsha turns around and hits him with a hammer. It's like, I'm taking all your money because now the prenup is up. I done been with you 463 days or whatever it is, and now I can cash out. That's what it's given to me. And I think when people start seeing the way she handled that, it was a wrap. Like, that's why she fell out with Nene. Nene felt that way, until they made up. Shamea probably felt that way. Gerald probably felt that way. Everybody felt that way. Hell, I even felt that way because Marlo felt that way. Everybody. So everybody was looking at Porsha like, girl, you had us buy into this fairy tale, and then you literally was playing the whole time, and you was just in it for a coin. So there's that. He said Gerald and Simon were friends through their wives. Gerald wore Porsha not to marry Simon, allegedly. Porsha disloyal to her mama too. She sold the house. I mean, but allegedly she bought her another one. She might have bought her a little something like the house that Angela has now, a little $150,000 something. But I digress. If y'all watch the Carlos King interview, let me know what y'all think. Oh, last but not least, she also mentioned her situation with Kay What's-Her-Face. Apparently, they have some beef. I don't know what it is, but Porsha addresses. Hold on. Porsha addresses the tension with Kay what's her face over a miscarriage comment. Hold on, here is what she said about that. Again, copyright disclaimer, blah 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 blah.
I think that's another situation where someone has decided that this is the route they need to take. I don't think this is the route that K. Michelle needs to take or has to take. I think it's the wrong road.
Why is it a wrong road? I guess, I do think K. Michelle was putting 20 on 10 when it came to that miscarriage comment. I do. I also think that she had to because she had nothing else. Honestly, Porsha asking was it a miscarriage to me, and I said this in another live, and I know I'm gonna get flack for this. Like the miscarriage comment is not as embarrassing as what was true. The miscarriage comment is not as embarrassing as your butt leaking. What did she say? Your butt was leaking? That would have been even more embarrassing. Okay, it was a slip of the tongue. It was what it was because of the way Kate What's Her Face was describing it. All of the ladies seemed to feel that that's what it was. Even Cynthia asked if the water broke. So, there's that.
But at the end of the day, if you have been watching the show and then you are finally on the show, you decide this is how you're going to enter, this is how I'll make my mark, then it is what it is. This is the game she decides to play. And I only say that because...
Oh, now she playing games, honey. Not Porsha calling out Kate What's Her Face for playing games.
Whether or not, and I will say, when I said it to her, I had first asked her, was it okay? Did she want to openly speak about her situation? Number two, the reason why I asked her, did she want to speak about it on camera, is because I didn't know specifically what it was. No one told us.
I thought Kay What's Her Face said that her and Porsha had been talking about her butt and all the situations and their plastic surgeries and probably had been comparing notes. That's what Kay What's Her Face said. Now Porsha telling a different story.
When I text K. Michelle prior to that scene at the nail shop, I was like, hey, you're in the hospital, are you okay? She said, oh yeah, I had to have a procedure or whatever. She never told me what it was for. So I had no idea which part of her was, a problem. I had no idea. So, of course, as a
even Carlos looking like this is some bullshit.
Woman, I know we making TV. It is what it is. I'm not going to just sit here and start asking her about what she was in the hospital for, what procedure, if she's not ready. So I wanted to first say, hey, are you good talking about it? Because at the end of the day, I don't care if this is our job to speak about personal stuff or not.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. You said Carlos looked bored. I mean, he did. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Kate What's Her Face even tweeted about this, and apparently she was in her feelings about what Porsha had said. And hold on, where is the tweet? I don't even know what a tweet is because I don't follow Kate What's Her Face, but she was in her feelings about what Porsha said, and Kate What's Her Face goes straight to the internet. Where is it? Somebody send it to me because I can't find it. Anywho, Kate What's Her Face was pissed off about what Porsha had said about her. Let me see if it's on the Bravo Shade Room. Like this video as you come in. Y'all know it is a Friday night live. Here it is. Here it is. Is this it right here? Excuse me for snorting. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Okay, look. Here it is on the Bravo Shade Room. Kate What's Her Face says, shut the F up. I'm literally so annoyed and sick of y'all ass. Sit around and talk all day. I'm done with the shenanigans. I'm not an OG. I don't give a F. I am Kate What's Her Face. I will speak as I want, tweet as I want, and marry who the F I want. I've been through hell with this man. None of you will validate what we are. I said what I said, and nobody cares. Okay, what's face? Nobody cares. And then somebody said, and there's that love and hip hop flavor. Just knew you would bring Kenya back. And then K what's face said, is that supposed to be an insult? Because that once played out also. That show gave me opportunity, and I always respect it. Funny how y'all racist towards your own people. You can cut the shit over me. Though every mean attacking tweet you seeing, I seeing right through it. I see right through it with compassion. It's obvious to everyone here you don't like yourself, or maybe your mother doesn't like you. But either way, I love me. It's a part of my story. K, what's the face? You don't even love yourself. You turned yourself into an Asian lady with silicone in her butt. Go somewhere with that. We already know K, what's the face has an issue. Moving on. Fallon also had something to say about Porsha's interview. And Fallon said, I respect that this hoe gonna die a liar. That's what she said. Hold on. What this?
We cast new housewives or friend of. We assign a housewife to them.
Right.
I just did Cynthia Bailey's podcast, and I said to her, the network said, you're going to meet Nene, and hopefully Nene likes you. But Nene's going to be your friend, and that's you're going to come in with.
That's just bringing you in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I remember with Fallon, it was the same thing with you. And I remember saying to the world, like, I'm not Porsha apologist, but what I need you guys to understand as a producer is there wasn't a friendship there. And I think when it came to you, did you not think at the time that, oh shit, they're going to think I took this woman's husband?
Of course they thought that. What else would they think? I don't understand why Porsha acts like we didn't think that, or she didn't know everybody was going to think that. She knew exactly what was going to happen.
You know, here's the thing. I take full accountability for my part in the optics, okay? And I take full accountability for not speaking to the narrative once again. At that time, I just didn't feel like it was my place. You know, the things that I knew about her and his relationship, it did not feel like it was my place. I had heard her do an interview and she was like, well, if I'm pregnant, I'll say so. Me,
like she said, it wasn't her place, but how you even knew before she told you? That means you was talking to her husband about their relationship.
When we cast new housewives or friend of.
And here's the rest of Fallon's statement, if y'all care, because y'all say y'all don't care. I know you effing lying. See, I was okay with never speaking on this situation again, but as long as 265 is out here doing interviews, taking quote unquote accountability and acting as Captain Save-A-Ho with Carlos King, F it. Time to blow the dust off these receipts. Time to blow the dust off these receipts so fast that everyone can take real accountability and this shit can finally die. Give us the receipts, girl.
Me, I'm a woman. I'm gonna respect that. If she wants to tell that about herself, that's on her.
Because you knew she was pregnant at the time, and you were protecting the story.
It was not my place.
It wasn't your place.
Yeah.
Right.
So why she knew? Okay, which means she had been talking to Simon over talking to her castmate. Yeah, like everybody who defends Porsha, and I get it. Like I was even kind of defending her back then because I knew that Fallon was pregnant. But like you was talking to him first because you was cool with him first. I mean, at least be woman enough to say what the truth is, and you're not saying the truth.
It wasn't my place to speak on. And I knew it very early on. You know, it was one of the reasons that, you know, they were where they were in their relationship. It just wasn't my place. And even though if I would have taken that information and put it out, would it have freed me from the shackles of the Scarlet Letter? Sure, it would have. But that's the price that I paid at that time for her.
No, it wouldn't, because then everybody would be like, well, why you know she pregnant? And why you with her man? And how you know this? How you know she was cheating? You was the fix-it lady.
To just stay out of it. You know what I mean? And for me, when it goes back to whether she was my friend or not, no, she wasn't. I also had text messages that showed the day I was going to film, the producer sent me her number and said, hey, this is her number so you can meet her. I did not know her. I did not know anything. And of course, I filmed with her and, you know, fist pump Simon, did not even recognize him or anything. I had known him like 8 years ago. Didn't even recognize.
I had known him like 8 years ago. I had known him like 8 years ago. Not I met him 8 years ago. I had known him like 8 years ago, which means you knew him, girl. Stop playing.
And I had met her that day for the first time. But you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. I know that people at this point, me, I'm a woman. I'm gonna respect that. If she wants to tell that about herself, that's on her.
Because you knew she was pregnant at the time, and you were protecting.
Okay, whatever. What's next?
I know that people at this point are going to believe what they want to believe anyway. There's some people who
We do. Okay, moving on. Like this video, please and thank you. There are people who are going to defend Porsha, and there are people who are going to believe the truth. Okay. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of Carlos King's interview. It was, I mean, it was interesting. It was very, very interesting. Let's move on to another rocky relationship. Uh KKK Kim Zolciak lost custody of her kids, if y'all care. Y'all remember Kim, Croy, and the kids, they was all on body cam footage all over the past year as they were getting put out of their mansion, as Croy was crashing out because they was broke, as they've been going through this divorce for what seems like an eternity. Now Croy has put in an emergency motion and said that Kim is never there for the kids. Kim don't even come see the kids. And apparently a judge agreed because a judge has ruled in Croy's favor, and Kim has officially lost custody, at least temporarily, of her kids. Now, last time, remember, Kim was saying, I didn't lose custody. All I had to do was go to counseling, and once I scheduled the counseling, then everything was correct, and that was true. However, Croy was like, there's some things she still hasn't done. So according to TMZ, honey, Kim Zolciak has lost primary physical custody of her kids for now after KKK Croy claims neglect. Oh, child. These two have been fighting since then. Listen, Croy over there living in his apartment. Kim over there with her new billionaire. I bet Kim is like, F them kids. Okay. Kim can't bring all three of them kids over there. And then her two daughters are adults now. Kim is like, I am free. Okay. I need to be over here with my new man and his billions. Okay. Big Papa is gone to heaven. And now she got another Big Papa. And he in the middle of a divorce as well. But I'm digressing. According to TMZ, Kim Zolciak has temporarily lost custody of her kids. She shares with Croy the latest twist in their messy legal battle. A judge just ruled on Croy's emergency motion and gave him primary physical custody of the kids. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum will have limited parenting time with their 4 minor children every weekend. Kim and Croy will continue to share joint legal custody of the children, but Croy has final decision-making authority regarding educational, non-emergency medical, and religious decisions. So there go all the little kids. They bigger now, but that's them during happier times with Brielle and Ariane. Okay. I think that's her name. This isn't the first time Kim's custody was also limited last month, only to get reinstated after she completed court-ordered therapy. Croy has been pushing hard to keep the kids away from Kim, filing a motion last week accusing Kim of neglect and claiming she's more selfishly concerned with her own image and her work options than their children's well being. The ex NFL player argued that all 4 should be under one roof, calling Kim unstable and unfit and requesting an emergency hearing to change custody immediately. That's given that Kim probably had the 2 youngest and he had the 2 oldest or something like that. And so now, and I'm just assuming that now he wants all 4 of them under his roof and he wants full physical custody of all 4, and the judge agrees. Kim told TMZ that the April 29th decision by a senior retired judge is only temporary, pending a full hearing once they return to court. She claims the order stemmed from what she described as an emergency motion filed by Croy, aimed at getting the case in front of a senior judge rather than their assigned judge, who she says has previously denied Croy's request for immediate hearings despite multiple filings she calls false. Kim adds that while she wants the process resolved quickly for her children's sake, she's eager for a full court hearing where she believes the truth will come out. I'm so tired of KKK Kim and Croy. Okay, them kids ain't 18 yet. They ought to be, because it seems like an eternity that they've been fighting. Okay, it seems like an eternity. You said, what is she working on? Well, she was working on the Amazon show that Kenya was working on, but they was only in the Dominican, but for about 2 weeks. Her and Kenya and Tamar and some more people. And I don't know what she's working on now. I don't know what it could be. Okay. It seems like, she might be working for her new boyfriend. I don't know. But Kim keep her a rich man, honey. Kim keeps her a rich man. You said Croy has also probably decided since Kim wants to work, cut him a check too, since they'll be divorced soon. Okay. Yeah, Croy want alimony. Croy probably want alimony and child support if she can give it. Hmm. She's a degenerate gambler. She will always go for the bag. Oh, well. They are just so ghetto over there. Ghetto, ghetto, ghetto. Moving on. Like this video. Like this video. Speaking of another couple that's going through it, I told y'all the other day that Todd had been reaching out. Todd Tucker had been reaching out to a bunch of the ex-husbands. I don't know if it's in response to Kandi's I do, I did, I'm done. But you know, Kandi has been spilling tea on her one-woman show. She did her first one-woman show, I think, earlier this week in Atlanta, and she has several other one-woman shows planned. And according to all the TikTok people, they say it was good, and she was singing "Come pick up your clothes." Here's one girl who did a review. Shout out to the Ivy Lee. She did a review about Kandi's one woman show, and here is what she said. Hold on, we want to hear what happened in the show.
Kandi Burruss' one-woman show, I Do, I Did, I'm Done. She initially came out in a wedding gown, then stripped down to a white lace jumpsuit. I might wear something like that to my vow renewal or the after party with my husband. She gets right down to business and insinuates in her first song that her marriage ended due to infidelity, with a song called My Man Has Been Cheating on Me. Y'all can say what y'all want about Kandi, but she has a really strong pen game. And what I enjoyed about
she has a really strong pen game. They didn't say she had a really strong voice. Come pick up your clothes.
Some of the new songs she debuted, that they had that early 2000s R&B feel. Anyway, she got to a call and response part of the song and put the mic out to the audience. And we were supposed to sing the hook back to her. But I stayed quiet because my man ain't been cheating on me. She really kind
of... Not Kandi want the audience to say, my man cheating on me. Kandi
expounded that she left not only because of the cheating, but more because of the nonchalant attitude he had afterwards, like she was just supposed to get over it. I'm so glad.
Remember I told y'all that? Let me make myself big for this. Y'all don't remember when I told y'all that all Kandi wanted was an apology? All Kandi wanted was for Todd to be remorseful, and things would have still been as they were. But because Todd was like, oh, well, deal with it. You ain't never here. You brought these people around me, whatever. Kandi was pissed off. And I feel like when Kandi filed for divorce, she wanted Todd to fight. She wanted Todd to be like, oh, no, stay with me. Please, I don't want to leave. And Todd was like, okay. Todd was like, all right. And that hurt her feelings. And now she's doing everything. She's talking about it. She's telling everybody. She was leaking things to People Magazine. Even back then, remember that anonymous source said to People Magazine that Todd had an emotional relationship with another woman because they knew that if anybody said that Todd was sleeping with another woman, they were like, well, Kandi allowed it. Okay. And so it's interesting that Kandi didn't bring up any of this in court documents. Kandi did not accuse him of adultery in the court documents. It seemed like if he was adulterous and had been doing all those things in their marriage, that she would have had a little bit more leverage instead of cutting him that big check. That's what it seems like to me. But now, Kandi is probably doing this under the guise of this is art, and it is what it is. And Todd gonna go and do what he need to do and say it's art too. And so they're gonna be battling for a minute, and I'm here for it. Here, let's finish what she said.
She decided to respect herself and leave as opposed to just keeping up appearances. She had some other empowering songs about loving yourself, and she sang some of the escape hits too, which we really enjoyed. My only issue is that they said,
I mean, for real, y'all agree with me, don't you? Because we was reading the court documents, and nowhere in the court documents did Kandi say it was adultery. That is a reason for divorce, isn't it?
An email an hour prior to the show saying we couldn't have our phone. And it was at the city winery where you buy food and drink. So if you're an Apple Pay girly like me, it made it really inconvenient. Not to mention, if I attend someone's concert, I expect to be able to take pictures of the artist I paid to see. All in all, it was a good show. She had a great opener, Victor Jackson. Kandi and her background vocalist sounded good, and it was a fun show overall. I attended Kandi Burruss.
Okay. Well, I have a few pictures, just a few, that I found on the internet everywhere. Hold on. Kandi took a picture in this wedding dress. I don't know if this is the same wedding dress that she wore on the show or if this is AI, but Kandi shared this image on her Facebook. Uh and she's wearing a white dress and she's, announcing the other dates and things. And also on Facebook, hold on, let me find the candy. And also on Facebook, Mama Joyce was there, honey. Mama Joyce was smiling in the front. She shared a little clip uh from the show. Hold on, like this video, please. Let me go to Kandi Burruss page. Let me share. Uh-huh. And so Kandi shared this video. Where'd it go? Oh no, it was a video. Oh, here it is. Oh, that's Billy Chun. She shared a video from the show. Now I can't find it. Hold on, let me find it. She got too much stuff on here. Come pick up your clothes. Shout out to Millie Chun. She reposted that. Okay. And then we got her singing Folded. And there is her at the City Winery. And I thought there was I just saw a video of her and Mama Joyce. Where'd it go? Let me see if it's in this little. Here go a few pictures of her on stage in her red leather outfit. Kandi said last night was amazing. Okay, there she is. But there was also a little video. I think she must have took it down. So shout out to Kandi. She looks amazing. The pictures look good. Okay, but according to Kandi, this is, again, like I told you, I don't feel like it's factual, but that's just me. Kandi in her one woman show has alleged that Todd was cheating, and she found out in July of hold on. As Kandi publicly confirmed that her ex-husband Todd cheated on her, leading to their divorce. She says that she discovered text messages in July 2025 revealing the infidelity, and that Tucker's dismissive reaction to the confrontation was the final reason for the split. During her I Do, I Did, I'm Done show in April 2026, Kandi reveals details about the cheating, even using the caption and song, "My man's been cheating on me." Now, as you recall, during when she announced the divorce, she an anonymous source or someone close to Kandi had told People magazine that Todd had been talking to other women behind her back. In a People magazine exclusive. Now, Kandi stated that while the cheating was painful, it was actually Todd's reaction to the cheating, brushing it off and acting with indifference, that made her decide to end the marriage. So there's that. Now they're, navigating co-parenting. They were recently at Disney World, Epcot Center, and all that with the kids. Todd still be over there cooking breakfast for the kids. Todd still be playing daddy daycare, taking the kids to and from school. So I don't know. I don't know. Cause they're saying it was an emotional relationship. So I mean, I don't know what it was. Todd was texting the woman and Kandi didn't like it. That's what it seems like to me, because it is what it is. But as long as he was sleeping with her, it wasn't no problem. He said Todd is making a case for child support. I mean, it's over now. They've already settled. Todd pretty much got $22,000 a month until the youngest child turns 18, allegedly, and this is all alleged. He got $400,000 as a property equalizer, allegedly. He got a house, allegedly. He got half of Kandi's frequent flyer miles and her membership, American Express membership points, allegedly. And this is all in court documents. I'm just saying allegedly just to say it. He got a Peter Street location, allegedly. He got a lot of things. He got about 6 cars, including a G-Wagon and some more things, a Range Rover and all kind of stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. He said maybe it was someone she didn't know about. Maybe. But I mean, whatever it is, Kandi, you opened the door to this situation from the very beginning. And everyone warned her. I mean, Kandi was just bragging about having threesomes in June before she filed for divorce. Hold on. Y'all remember this? Do y'all remember this right here? Thank you so much for the super chat. What you say? Have you seen the Boz Real Housewives of Beverly Hills versus Andy T? Also, that was the most authentic interview Porsha has ever done. A shame you found fault in it. Shocker. Also, Simon the Scammer can't be trusted. Gerald was right. Okay, college b-ball fan. Thank you for the $9.99. Your opinion, my opinion. We all have our opinions, just like a-holes. Okay, I appreciate you, friend. Did y'all see this right here? Hold on. Where is it? I just had it up. Where Kandi was saying that Todd, and she was with DJ A1. It's an old clip, actually. It is a very old clip of Kandi and DJ A1 actually talking about threesomes. And it's like, why? This is exactly why people were dragging you. Hold on. Is this it? Hold on. Come pick up your clothes. Why is that in my head, Lord? Now I can't find it. This it. Now I can't find it. Come pick up your clothes. Nope, I can't find it. Anyway, if anybody want to call in, I will put the link in. We've been running our mouths for an hour and a half, almost an hour and 10 minutes, honey. I don't know. Oh, I had one more topic. Oh, I sure did. I forgot about this topic. Like this video, please, and thank you. And shout out to Kandi and her one woman show. Y'all go and buy your tickets. Like Todd said, get your tickets. And allegedly, Kandi will be sharing more of her story as the shows go on. The more shows, the more the story she will tell. So there's that. Now, moving on. Like this video, please, and thank you. Like this video. Dominique Morgan, TS Madison's business partner, child, is now in jail. Without no bail. Okay. So the DL Whisperer actually exposed this actually a while ago. And hold on. Who sent it to me? Oh, thank you, Radiance. Radiance just sent it to me. Radiance just sent me the clip of, and I'm backtracking. Radiance just sent me the clip of Kandi talking about the threesomes. Hold on. Going into Discord. Shout out to my Discord group. Yes, business partner. You know, they are business partners in the starter home. I'm gonna get to that in a second. I just want to play this clip so that when I do my short clip, I have it in here. Here it is right here. Shout out to Radiance for sending it. This is Kandi actually confirming her status of having threesomes, and she was actually pretty happy about it.
Threesome, and it worked just fine. It worked great, actually. Anyway, I mean, I feel like it's the communication.
This little pussy's just hot.
What are you talking about? I'm just saying it's the communication on it all. But I think that
would you think that stepping outside the threesome?
Hell yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, I know the drill. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107. Allowance made for fair use. Fair use. Fair use. Now, this is Kandi actually a few months before the divorce, actually, bragging about having threesomes.
Okay, so
That's
you
what I
answered the
said.
question.
Like it's based off of what their communication was. Like some people, like
she said, without telling him, meaning
okay, yeah,
he's
yeah,
not knowledgeable
sis,
that she's going to get
you
her little
cheating.
shit turned up.
Okay, sis, you cheating. You cheating.
Right. Thank you.
Threesomes never work. That's not true. I done had a threesome and it worked just
So
fine.
she said, threesomes work all the time. Okay. And apparently it didn't work. Okay. Because now you're divorced. Now, you're going to be going into your 50s single. And I heard that Kandi is really concerned about being 50 and single, honey. She's looking for a new husband right now. Right now. Okay. You said it's a warped sense of love. It is. It is. It is. Now, going back to this Dominique Morgan situation. TS Madison and Dominique Morgan. Okay, y'all remember back when I told y'all that the DL Whisperer and Tasha K and everybody was exposing TS Madison starter home for only having one participant in it. Okay, even since the ribbon cutting ceremony had been over a year ago, they've been collecting funds for this alleged TS Madison starter home, and the actual co-founder of the starter home was actually a known felon. A known felon, had stole money and had been in jail for 10 years for fraud, allegedly, and had also been accused of more fraud and stealing from a actual transgender nonprofit called the Okra Project. So the Okra Project recently issued a statement about the situation, and there was like, listen, our funds, our money was funny. Okay, the things that were going on, we didn't keep track of it, but apparently, people were stealing, and we participated in an investigation with the Brooklyn district attorney, and the district attorney decided to press charges against Dominique Morgan, which is TS Madison's business partner. But hold on, I'm gonna read you their statement. Hold on. So it's crazy because the DL Whisperer was exposing all of this. And I told y'all the only reason TS Manhands and Dominique Morgan and all of them were trying to get restraining orders against the DL Whisperer was to silence him. Okay. They wanted to shut him up because people were paying too much attention to all of this alleged fraud going on. So here is what the Okra Project has said. Okay. So first and foremost, Dominique actually said that they were going to be going to jail, or going to be sitting down for 21 days. Okay. Well, apparently the 21 days has turned into 30 days because the Okra Project has made this statement to clarify everything that Dominique said, and basically said that it is a lie. What they're saying is what happened. So the statement from the Okra Project regarding the matter of Dominique Morgan: the Okra Project has remained largely silent throughout this legal process out of respect for the integrity of the investigation, the proceedings, and for all parties involved. We believe it is now appropriate to share a clear, factual account of the timeline for our community, our donors, and the public record. Now, they went all the way back to July 2022. They say back in 2022, concerns regarding financial discrepancies were brought to the attention of organizational staff. Those concerns were immediately referred to the Okra Project's newly retained legal counsel, who reviewed the information and concluded that the matter warranted referral to the appropriate oversight authorities. Legal entities in Atlanta also contacted the organization due to inconsistencies identified in legal documentation. Now, for those of you who are lost and don't know what I'm talking about, Dominique Morgan was TS Madison's business partner in the starter home. Dominique Morgan was on the executive board of the Okra Project, which is a nonprofit that benefits transgender people. And apparently, according to legal documents, they misappropriated over $100,000, and they took that money and bought a closet and a Mercedes and some more other things. They are now being accused of fraud and mismanaging documents and several other things, and they have been indicted and is now being sentenced. Now that I have brought you up to speed, they also in this inconsistencies that they're talking about, Dominique Morgan allegedly falsified several documents in Atlanta and other areas where they were allegedly getting these transgender people out of jail using these funds. And when they looked it up, they found out that none of these people existed. Okay. So it said in August 3rd, 2022, Dominique Morgan's tenure at the Okra Project ended, occurring under the oversight of the organization's newly retained legal counsel. So they was like, look, we see you misappropriating these funds, you got to go. Okay. So that didn't stop there. Okay. In January 2023, Gabrielle Souza was appointed executive director under the new leadership. The Okra Project immediately pursued and obtained their 501c3 status to ensure independent financial oversight and governance. An expanded board of directors was established for accountability and transparency. Apparently, they didn't have enough reins on their staff, and the staff had free will and was doing whatever they wanted to do with the money. And Dominique was the main one who took the most money, allegedly. Now, in 2023, the Okra Project was contacted by the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office. Leadership cooperated fully and completely with their investigation, providing access to organizational records, digital accounts, and devices. The investigation, conducted independently and on an interpersonal basis by the Brooklyn DA's office, continued through 2023 and 2024. Are you with me? Keep up, okay? Now, the Okra Project learned, along with the general public, that Dominique Morgan had been indicted. We were subsequently subpoenaed to testify before a grand jury and continue to cooperate fully with the legal process. So they were involved with the legal process. They turned over all the documents. The DA went through all the documents. It was an independent investigation. Now, on April 29, 2026, Dominique Morgan was remanded, which means her bail was revoked. Okay, she had been on bail. They had been on bail and had been fighting this case for at least 2 years, and the bail was revoked, and they will be formally sentenced on May 28th, 2026. Okay, following a guilty plea to the charges brought against her by the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office as part of her sentencing, the court has ordered restitution to be paid to the Okra Project. Now, so they pretty much saying, about their finances and all that. And so they pretty much contradicted everything that Dominique Morgan had said on their Instagram a few days ago before being extradited or before being sent to Rikers Island, because now Dominique Morgan is on Rikers Island, child. They in jail. Okay. Dominique claims that they will be out for some event on the 25th. That's what they claim. Hold on. They claim a lot of things. And over on TikTok, the people have been talking about this, honey. They said that Dominique Morgan lied. And yes, on Rikers, they said that Dominique Morgan lied and said that they was going to be in for 21 days. Meanwhile, TS Manhands hasn't made no comments. Okay, remember TS Manhands was making fun of the DL Whisperer and was like, where is Dominique? They ain't in jail, because the DL Whisperer was saying that Dominique was going to be in jail. Okay, Dominique was saying that the DL Whisperer was lying on them. Okay, and so hold on. This is let me see what Dominique 21 days. Okay, because they had blocked me, because I'm gonna tell you what, they had blocked me. They had blocked me for reporting on it. Now I want to show y'all this. This is what I guess Dominique Morgan has said about 21 days. And this was about 5 days ago.
Rest. I can't imagine the emotional turmoil that she is going through. I'm done with it, because there was an opportunity.
I'm trying to find the
what does it take to be done?
I'm trying to find the actual video. You talking about emotional turmoil? That person stole $100,000 from their own community. How you gonna talk about emotional turmoil? I don't understand why people be capping for people who are criminals. Now, look, this is what I had said months ago. Hold on, I'm gonna show you what I had said months ago. I'm gonna show y'all what I had said months ago. Here it is right here. Look, TS Madison's business partner pleads guilty to stealing nearly $100,000. Okay. And we was talking about how TS Madison is tied into all that. Tasha K was reporting on it, the DL Whisperer, which is why TS Madison and Dominique and all of them were going at the DL Whisperer, was because he was exposing it. Apparently, Dominique been online basically saying that it was either expunged or dismissed or something, but the court documents say something different. And there he go without his wig right now. According to Sandra, it says Morgan pled guilty to grand larceny and falsifying 23 business records in the Kings County Supreme Criminal Court in Brooklyn on February 11, 2026. That was last week. A sentencing hearing is scheduled for April 29th, which we knew some of this, but at the end of the day, now it's being reported and they can't deny it now. And that's why T.S. Hands is mad and talking about he gonna sue and he gonna do that. But at the end of the day, you sitting next to a criminal, just like I said the other day. Oh, that picture is ugly, child. What is that? What is this, honey? Sandra, no, she wrong. What is this? What is these feet? Anyway, so it was talking about how T.S. Madison and Morgan started the Starter House, which supposedly opened in 2024, but it didn't have anybody in it until 2025, and it's only one person that's been involved in the Starter House. So, we're going to keep our ear to the street when we're going to keep our ear to the streets. Now, I told y'all this back in February. This was February 17th. I told y'all this, okay? And meanwhile, the DL Whisperer is locked up. And Dominique Morgan went and got a restraining order against the DL Whisperer for telling the truth about Dominique Morgan. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure this out. What is going on and where is the money? And all the people who are donating to the TS Manhan Starter Home, what are you donating to when the house is empty and there's only one person over there? Y'all let me know. I don't know. We got somebody in the back. Shout out to Mickey. Hold on. Hey, Mickey, how you doing, friend?
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Child, these men in wigs. Whew.
I just don't know. Dominique Morgan is trending on TikTok because they lie and said, I'm gonna be gone for 21 days. You have 21 days of rest. And everybody now is like finding out through the court documents how you got 21 days of rest when your court case is on the 28th of May. That's more than 28 days from today. And you posted this 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting. And they also said something about, that they were innocent and they couldn't talk about it and all that. Well, the Oka Project can talk about it. The Oka Project then gave us all of the receipts. So anyway, hey, Mickey.
That's crazy. Anyways, child, that Porsha interview, baby, she is media trained down all the way to the ground.
That's what I said. College B-ball seems to think that, it's the best interview Porsha has ever done.
No, it was a good interview, but you can tell, like, she had those questions beforehand. Like, Carlos barely asked her maybe 5 or 6 questions. She definitely had those questions beforehand. But it was a good interview, I will say. Like, if only she had this training in the beginning of her Housewives career, she wouldn't have the reputation that she probably currently has if she was trained back then. But she mentioned how she is now currently one of the gatekeepers of the show. And now that Nene's not there, and Kenya and Kandi and all of them are not there, she's protecting the house. And I'm like, you know what, Porsha, you're doing a very piss poor job at being the gatekeeper. I will say, last year it was supposed to be your big comeback and you completely flopped. You sold Bravo a whole pipe dream about how you were going to be this kept, spoiled wife living in your mansion, going on vacation on, on your PJ with Simon and this lavish lifestyle. And she scammed Bravo too. She signed her contract and said it was Porsha Gobadia. And before the ink dried, she done filed for divorce. Once she got her multi-year, you know, contract with Bravo, everybody say that it's the Atlanta scammer that outscammed the Nigerian scammer. That is Miss Porsha Williams. But one thing I will say though, because she did mention, Nene and Kenya and Kandi, she could learn from them, because the way she was talking about the show is like, one thing she can learn from them is like, girl, you don't own this show. You do not EP
And you notice
the
in
show.
some of her interviews, she been saying my show, my show,
My show. She kept on saying my show. You don't own this show. You don't own the production company. You don't own Bravo. Like, all of them were disposable. Nene
Yeah,
was
because when you at the
disposable.
top, you always a target. You know
You
that.
know what I'm saying? Like, you could actually learn from them. Kandi was disposable. All of them are disposable. So her saying my show, girl, I wouldn't get too comfortable if I was you. Like, I know that they have propped you up and you're the highest paid on the show and you're center peach and all of that, but you're not really doing a good job. And they can get rid of you. They build you up just to break you down. And she also mentioned how there's been a divide, right? When she was talking about K. Michelle, she said she picked the wrong team. It's basically, she said the anchors were Cynthia, Phaedra, Porsha, and then it's everybody else, and how she picked the wrong team. Now, I find that very interesting. I think that, well, for one, Cynthia is a friend of, so she can't be an anchor. Phaedra, she is giving you confessional realness. She giving you ad libs, facial expressions, and she just reacting to stuff. So how is she an anchor?
Right. That's
So
all she does is react.
it's like,
Right.
Porsha, girl, like, let's be in reality. Like, there's not no anchor. You're not an anchor. Like, y'all are not doing anything. And I find it interesting how when it came to Shamea, she didn't really want to give too much, because she's like, child, like, I'm not gonna get into it. Y'all gonna watch and y'all gonna judge, because she knows that people either like Shamea or they're calling her corny. So she's just like, y'all judge when y'all see. She also, was talking about how she had planned to leave the show during season, was it 14 or 13? I think
15.
that's complete cap that you had already planned to quit. You were just coming off the heels of Bolo and all of that backlash and criticism. And then you get with your co-worker's husband at the time, and y'all are debuting y'all engagement and relationship right after the show. Like, they were gonna like eat you alive. Like, that you were gonna be the sacrificial lamb that was gonna carry this season on your back. Everybody's gonna drag you and make fun of you. Already in the media, remember Michelle, she literally controlled the media cycle for like a good 6 months. Everybody was talking about Porsha. So clearly she didn't want to be on TV also talking about it. And she had an 8-episode commercial where it was a very controlled environment. It was her family, it was her friends, it was Dennis, it was Simon. You know what I'm saying? So clearly you wanted to be on TV, but you wanted to control your narrative. You just didn't want it to deal with Kandi and Kenya and everybody.
Right.
So I call that BS. You
It
definitely,
is.
you
It
know,
is. What you think about the ratings this season?
I mean, I don't. It's not really. Are you enjoying it? 4 episodes, 3 episodes in.
Well, it's all right. It's no, but it's all right, I guess.
I mean, it's Pinky crying every episode about this bankruptcy. It's Kelly just trying to be like this character, being messy. It's not really doing it for me that much. I don't know. It's okay. I mean, we're only 4 episodes in, but we'll see, I guess.
You're right. Well, I appreciate you, Mickey. Thank you for calling, friend.
Thank you, Michelle. And one last thing.
Okay.
$10 million?
You don't think she was making 10 million on selling hair?
I don't know, but first she said she didn't have no partners with Carlos, but if you watch that Forbes clip, she said she had partners. So what are we talking about?
But isn't her sister one of her business partners?
I don't know, girl. I
don't know either, child. Ain't no telling with Porsha. Her stories change a lot.
She's just she's all over the place. But it was a good interview. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling me.
Thank you, Michelle. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Katie.
Hey, Michelle. How you feeling? You sound better.
I'm a bit better. I'm not 100%, but I'm about 90.
That's what's up. Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
All I get from what you said and what Kandi said is when I told you what I told you, I was right.
Okay.
Remember I told you about the cheating and the argument?
Yeah.
Now she just lined up the date. When I told you about this, they tried to do everything they could to spin it and say that wasn't it.
Yeah. And like I said, but there wasn't anything in the paperwork to talk about cheating or any of that. Like, she's just mad that he don't care. That's what I get from it.
I get that, but I also get that she can't control him no more.
Mm-hmm.
He got to a place where this ain't all about what you want. True. You gone all the time, and I'm gonna have some fun with you or without you.
Right. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, and with the Porsha thing, a floozy gonna do what a floozy gonna do. I like Porsha.
She is pansexual. She sleep with everything.
That's my point. Like, she flopping it all over the place. I don't want to call her nothing else, so I'm gonna call her what the old people call them, floozies. Like she's spreading her love around. Okay. And with the scam hands, they did everything they could to try to make this a lie.
Yes, everything.
They know you the receipt queen. What is really going on?
I don't know.
And why ain't nobody sent
TS man has they been talking about that starter house, has he?
Right. And he been boisterous about a lot of stuff. Why he ain't talking now? He real quiet now.
I wonder why. Remember when he was running around looking for Dominique because Dominique was supposed to be in jail and wasn't at the time? And they was making it seem like the DL whisperer was lying.
Right. So why haven't anybody or is anybody gonna send this information to the people so this man can get this off his charges?
No. Hopefully the DL whisperer got a good
attorney.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I hope so.
Yeah, a good attorney, a good legal team.
I hope so. Because they did everything they could to try to mansplain how we should feel about what he's saying. Like, you know. Anywho.
Well, I appreciate you, Katie. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, friend.
Kick me down.
All right. Hello. Hey, Dre.
Hey, Michelle. I just want to say one thing. You said the beautiful K Michelle. You said she have what did you call her? You said she don't like herself, and you call her what did you say? You said she look like a what? What did you say that she looked like?
An Asian lady.
Okay, so she look like when you look like an Asian lady, you don't like yourself. Is that what you saying?
No, she changed her face to look like an Asian person. which
she the
means you
only
hated your
person?
original face.
Is she the only person that you know that
I didn't
changed their
compare her to
face?
anybody else. I'm just
I'm
talking
just
about her.
asking. I'm just asking you a question.
I
Is
don't
she?
care. I don't
I'm
care
just.
if you just.
It's
I'm
just.
not
It's a
comparing her
simple
to anyone
question. Just
else.
say you
I'm
don't
just
want to
talking about
answer. Is
her.
she the only person that you know that changed their face? It's a simple question. Yes or
Yes.
no.
Yes. I don't
Oh,
know her, so I can't. I don't know.
okay, so
Mhm.
people who change their face to look white or Asian or they don't like themselves, correct? Exactly. It's funny when you don't like somebody, you always want to talk about the way they look if
But
they
it's
change
funny
their
when you
face.
come on here
But
and you try to
it's one
deflect and try
particular
to take it back to someone
person
else.
that changed their face and you don't say
We're
nothing
talking
about
about
that
them.
particular
We're
person.
talking about
Yeah,
them.
but
Why don't we stay on
I'm
them?
rewinding it back to
You
talk about
feel
the
like
person I
somebody that
called
would
to
go
talk
and get
about.
back alley
You
butt
don't talk
shots and
about
get
the
silicone
person. You don't
injected
talk
in their
about the
ass, fix
person,
the flat
Nene
injected in their
Leakes, who
ass. You
looked
think they
like
like
a
themselves?
white lady. So do Nene Leakes? She changed her whole? I
I
don't
don't
even
know
know
about
what the
Nene
hell
getting
she
fixed a
looked like.
flat. Did
So
Nene
she
get
don't
fixed
like
a flat?
herself either.
Did
Michelle,
Nene get fixed a flat in back alleys?
your whole live today was
Did
pretty
Nene
whack.
get fixed a flat in back alleys?
I don't know what Nene got. You the one that's
Well, if
run
you
after
don't
her,
know,
not
what is
me.
you
I don't
talking
know
about?
nothing.
If
If
you
she
don't
still
know,
lives there, I
what
don't
is the
know anything
argument?
about her.
If you
You
don't
the
know, why
one,
are you here?
Michelle. You're the one that run after her. I don't know anything about her. You
I
tell me,
don't
did
run
she
after
get fixed
nobody.
a
It
flat?
seems like
You
you
do.
do. It
You
seems like
ran
you
to
keep up with her
London.
more than
You
I
ran
do.
to
You up here
London to
calling
get
in
her. You
asking
ran to
about her. We wasn't
London.
even
You
talking about
ran to
Nene.
London.
Nene wasn't even on the
Exactly.
agenda.
But you was
What
talking
is you
about
talking
people
about?
that fix their face. But when it comes to her, you don't say nothing
We
about
don't
her
even know
fixing
what
up
your
her
face
whole
look
face.
like. So why are you
And you
worried about
won't.
other people's
And
face?
you won't know what it looked like. And you won't know what it looked like. Anyway, and then when it gets to Porsha, you was all defending Porsha, but now today you hate Porsha and she this and that and that. I think it was a great interview. I'm shout out to Carlos, whatever his name is, for sitting down talking to her. Michelle, people is interviewing people these days. They just don't run after one person that was on a reality show 20+ years ago, like you do. Run out the country for the chick birthday party. That's whack. Yeah, that's all I call for it. But it's funny how now you're not
Did you
defending
go to
Porsche,
Candy's? I do, I did, I know. Did you go to
but
Candy's One Woman
but now
Show?
you're not defending Porsche,
Did you
but you
go to
was
Candy's One
defending.
Woman Show?
But now you're
Did you go to
you're you
Candy's One
dogging
Woman
Porsche
Show?
out. But Michelle, let's rewind back. You was like
Did you
Porsche,
go to Candy's
Porsche,
One Woman Show?
Michelle. You said Porsche knew that man, and now you changing the story up. You change.
No, I didn't
You
change
change.
my
Yes,
story.
you
She
did,
said she knew
Michelle.
him. She
I was
said she
looking
knew
at
him
your
8
lab
years
when you
ago.
said it. When you said it, I went back to look at the lab. I can tell you what episode it
Girl.
was. No, I know I'm a man. I'm not a girl. That's
Okay.
disrespectful.
Oh boy.
Let's not be disrespectful. You the one that be running after people, not me. I don't run after people. And then you talk about you hate when people say you should be humble when it comes to money, but you sitting up here counting Porsha Williams' money. Do you think she worth that much? That's how peasants think. Do you think she worth that much? I don't think she got that much money. How much money do you have in your bank account, Michelle? You say you go around, it's like candy. I don't believe nothing y'all say. It's like candy. You can say you got this, that. I don't believe it. And the peasants in the chat sitting up, I don't. Why do you care about how much money somebody else got? Oh, she sold that house. Oh, she fake her because her mama need a place to stay. You sitting up trying to figure out how much Porsha Williams got. How much do you have in your bank account? Is she worth 20 million? I don't know if she got a million. A million ain't no money. How much do you have in your bank account? Are you there? How much money do you have in your bank
Oh, I'm
account?
here.
You worry about how much everybody else got in their bank account. How much do you have in your bank account? See, Michelle,
I
them
don't have
peasants.
anything.
I
I don't
believe
have
you.
anything.
I
My
believe
bank
you.
account is
I
empty.
believe you. I believe you. Them
Zero.
peasants in the chat could believe that
Nothing.
you rich. I don't think
Nada.
you're rich. I don't think
Not
you're
a
rich. You
thing.
got three
I'm
cars.
not.
You
I
got
never
three
said I
cars.
was.
All every
I don't have no
you
3
you
cars. I don't know
you
what you're
had
talking
you
about.
you got three cars, two
I
old
don't.
cars.
I
You don't even
don't.
have miles on your vehicle, so you
I
don't
don't.
go nowhere. You just stay in the house.
You right.
Probably worry about what Nene Leafs do all day, and then you
Uh-huh.
go sit up and talk about K Michelle. You go
Who's
sit up and talk
back?
about
Gotta make
K
room.
Michelle
You're
about
taking up
she don't like
space.
herself.
They wanna know how good this candy tastes. Did you think that I was gonna sit here lonely while you was outside?
No, go ahead. What you were saying?
And I'm just saying, you sitting up, you worry about what K Michelle's face look like, but what about Nene Leakes?
It's time
What
to
do her
let
face
enough.
look like? It's a simple question. What do you think Nene Leak's face
So
look like?
come pick up your
It's a serious
clothes.
question.
I have
Michelle, you got
been
music playing in here. This
folded.
shows how childish
Don't
you are.
knock on my door.
And I
What
don't
you
believe
say?
you got. I don't believe you got that much money. I honestly
I
don't.
don't.
I don't believe it. I don't
Dre,
believe that
what's
you
your
got that
status
much
at the bank?
money.
Dre,
Oh
what's
my!
your status at the
Let me
bank?
tell you this. Let me tell you this. And this is on God. DeAndre Cole don't work for
Been
nobody. And I
folded.
travel the
Don't
world. You
knock
know what I'm
on
saying?
my
You
door.
Who I
peasants in the
work
chat
for?
could never be me. I travel the world.
Who I
I
work
travel
for?
anywhere I want to go to. I don't know. I don't know who
Okay.
you work for, Michelle. You probably just content of what you have. I don't think it's not. You ain't got my money. I know that for sure.
Oh,
You ain't
you
got the
right. I
money
ain't
I
got your
got.
money.
You ain't
You
got
right.
my money. You ain't got the money I got. I can tell you
You
that.
right. I
I
I
can tell
don't.
you that.
I
I can
don't.
tell
You
you
right.
that. I could tell you I'm 30 years old and I ain't never clocked into no lottery job or no average job like that. I could tell you that.
Okay, well, good for
I could tell
you.
you that.
Okay.
I'm living
Well, maybe
good.
you should
I'm
have
living
it.
good.
Maybe
High
cost you
rise,
something.
high rise building. I can tell you that. I ain't going around in my brand new car stalking nobody
Your clothes.
what
I
you call that place?
have
Hair salon.
been
I can tell you that.
folded.
But you sit
Don't
up and you
knock
talk about
on my
everybody. You
door.
bringing
No,
negativity
you
into your
can
life.
come
Cause you sitting up
in.
stalking people that you don't know, that don't know you.
Pick up
And
your
then when you say,
clothes.
Michelle,
I
this is very, very
have
disrespectful.
been
This just
folded.
shows what type of
Don't
person that
knock
you are.
on my door.
And
No,
that's all I had
you
to say.
can come
I wish
in.
you nothing but the
So
best.
come pick
Good
up
night.
your clothes. I have been folded.
Whew, that was a lot. Hold on, we got somebody else in the back. Hey, C.
Hey Michelle, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm so sorry for that. I
You know,
apologize.
I'm fine. You know, sometimes people got to get it off their chest. I'm good. I'm not offended.
You know, when it comes to that individual, I know I know he loves you to death. He must be a fan favorite because he is probably the most consistent character on this platform, other than you.
Hmm. Talk about
Um,
stalking.
but I'll tell you, it sounds as though he suffers from a deviated septum,
Oh,
and that's why. It sounds like he just needs to blow his nose like really, really good, just one good time.
oh no.
But and it's really an outpatient procedure too. So you don't have to have a bottomless bank account
Uh huh.
to correct that. And he definitely snores at night when he sleeps. He's a snorer. He struggles to breathe. And I see every
Okay.
time I hear his voice, and I know everyone else that hears it too. I just see a CPAP machine next to his bed at night. Not
Oh
that there
no.
is anything wrong with that, but I just see it. Every
Uh huh.
time I hear his voice, I struggle to breathe. I literally feel like my oxygen count gets lower.
Lord.
And so, yeah, I just need him to blow his nose one good time. But I
So what
wanted
did
to
you
say,
call in about? You called in for Dre?
no, of course not. But I wanted to say, when it comes to Portia and the
Hmm.
way that she like did that finesse on her best friend Shamea last season, that was really apropos to the point that Nene was making when she allegedly went and told the producers of whatever show it is that she was invited into that she didn't want to work with Nene.
Uh
And
huh.
Nene
Uh
was
huh.
caught
The Upshaws.
going
Yeah.
silent. And so, like, as I watched Shamea kind of like, and the way that Shamea came onto the show last season, I don't know why people just run with lies and then lies become the narrative. But it wasn't like Shamea went on that show just talking about her relationship like with Portia. You could really see Shamea struggling with what was going on. Like Portia really left her out to dry. And it was very strategic. And she threw her no life rafts. And as we watch Portia introduce K Michelle to the show, and the way that Portia fosters or attempts to foster that relationship with K. Michelle, nobody finds it interesting that she didn't play that same role with her very, very best friend on the show.
Right. Right.
And
I
it's
agree.
just the very next season.
Yeah.
And
But
so
see, people
also,
be calling Shamea Two-Faced. I don't see Shamea as
she
Two-Faced. I
is
see
though.
Shamea as the keeper of secrets. Shamea was trying not to
Okay,
drag
I can get.
Porsha.
I can agree with that. Yes, Shamea.
Mhm.
So Portia is a duplicit personality. She's duplicit. And that's exactly what Nene was nailing on her, and that's what Shamea learned the hard way. Shamea
Mhm.
should have already known this, though, and I'm sure Shamea did know this, but Shamea didn't think that part of Portia was for her.
Would
She
affect
really,
her. Yes.
yeah,
Because
she really
Porsche
thought,
is for Porsche. Anything
yes.
outside of that don't matter. Porsche is for Porsche. And I feel like once people learn that, they know. Because look at how she rolled over Phaedra on that reunion. What was that, season 9, when she said,
Mhm,
I have a cease and desist, and I will divert the Phaedra. When she told,
mhm,
because she could have
mhm,
kept quiet, and that whole scenario would have been a wrap. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she threw Phaedra under the bus, rolled over her, and all of that. And she was a part of the lie. The same thing with Nene. When Nene was with Simon or whatever, she gets mad because she sees Nene with Simon, knowing that they were friends before she even married Simon. So it was like it's all about Portia to me. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Hello. You there? See, you muted. Oh, C muted himself. Hey, CC. Is that
What's
Sierra?
up, Michelle?
What's up, friend?
Hey.
Hey. Oh, wait. I think C's back. Hold on.
Okay, I'll wait. Is he back or okay?
Hey, C. You muted again. What happened? Unmute yourself, C. I don't know what happened. He had hung up and called back. Oh, well. Hey, Sierra Content.
What's going on? How you doing, Michelle?
How you
You look
doing, friend?
fabulous.
Thank you. I've been sick for a little while, but I'm back. I'm drinking my thirst is real. It's burning my throat a little bit, but it feel good.
Were you having some of that peach rum and you sick?
Tropical
Yeah.
rich, baby. It's tropical rich.
Okay, I feel you. It looks good though, for real.
The
How's
thirst
Mama
is real.
How's Mama Brown?
She is good. Thank you for asking. She is good.
That is good to hear. That is good to
It
hear.
is.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's get into this RHOA stuff because I'm not really impressed. I gotta
Oh,
say, I'm not really impressed.
I'm sorry.
That was a jump scare. But
That
nah,
is in my head. Come pick up your clothes. Okay. So
humiliation
what you think
ritual
about the
vocal.
ratings? And because they are, they go up a teensy bit and then they come down. It's like they just low, period.
Yeah, it's like they're staying at that 0.600 level, and they're
Uh-huh.
failing to get anywhere near a million. I mean, I think it was the last time they got to a million was I think Nene was on there. Like, what
Mm-hmm.
is happening? I don't really think K Michelle is doing it for me. I think she got a chip on her shoulder. She's sad about everything. Everything's something to complain about. Girl, laugh. I mean, she did
Mm-hmm.
laugh a little bit, in the beginning.
She's scared. I think, and then she be staring at the camera and stuff. Girl, stop.
Like, what is this? This is not a
Like
music video.
you were on a reality show. You know better than that. Why is you staring at the camera?
Yeah, it's something's off with her. And then with Portia, I really wanted to call in and say about Portia, I'm kind of afraid I'm afraid for Phaedra because Portia is, the ultimate saboteur. She's the
Mhm.
ultimate saboteur. She's so fun and
I
pretty.
think Phaedra is treating her with kid gloves, though. I don't think Phaedra is all in like y'all think. It ain't the old freaking frat that it used to be.
It's not. That's the thing. It's not. They're not a good Kiki like how they used to be. Do you think that's
Mhm.
why Phaedra's performance is off? Because
Yes.
Portia is she's scary. She's gorgeous to look at, and you can look through her eyes and like see who she is, but she really is deceitful though. So it's
Mhm.
it's it's kind of like that's also kind of why I'm nervous about Nene coming back because I feel like if Nene come back, it's really gonna eventually end up being Nene versus Portia. and I don't want it. I don't want to see that because I really banked on those three being the leading queens of the show, but Porsha, she just throwing me off. Like even when she came in and saw Dylan for the first time in a long time, it's like, so you and Porsha or you and Phaedra don't hang out. Did you clock that? Oh, I haven't seen you in so long.
Listen, I've been new. You know what I'm saying? Like they have their relationship is strictly for the cameras. It's strictly business when it comes to them. And so they turn it on and off for the cameras. They cool, you know, if they had an event or something together or at an interview or whatever, but they don't hang out. Never, ever.
I want to see people hang out and actually have fun. They used to like always go to the club or something
like
together.
the old days, Nene and Cynthia and whoever. Yeah, everybody used to be, you know, friends outside the show, and it's not like that anymore. I mean, now you know Shamea and Kelly, but I think that's a relationship of convenience.
Lord.
Too.
I don't know what that relationship
is.
Yeah. Shamea and Kelly, they're like the two leprechauns of the group.
Because
like,
Kelly used to hang out with Britt Tough first season, you know, when they first came on. And then it's like Britt became a pariah. Kelly didn't want to have nothing to do with her because it's gonna mess up her bag, you know. So she latched on to Shamea, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I think Kelly definitely needs somebody to follow, and she needs something to yap about. So I'm kind of off with her character too, but I mean, I guess she could stay just because she's desperate enough. Clearly, I mean, she's going over there and having Phaedra be her lawyer just for a storyline. So you know that might be interesting. I don't know. I'm a little worried. I don't want to be bored by RHOA. You feel me? Like I want to enjoy it.
I mean, it's different, and I guess as long as and we've been saying this for 2 years now, it's different. And it'll never be what it was. So we gotta acclimate to what it is now. So for what it is now, it's all right, but it's not great. The women don't have no relationship. So to me, it's hard to get emotionally invested if they not emotionally invested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And then the whole thing with Drew, I really cannot stand Drew. I feel bad about what's going on with her, but I mean, I just think on the show
but that's
she's
outside
just
the cameras. None of that is on the cameras.
On camera,
Her
she's just
arguing with
as
Ralph and
dull
all
as
that stuff.
Her on camera though is just it's not working for me. It has never really worked. And I mean, she can be friends with Angela all she wants to, but I don't think she's really shown her heart. Like how even Portia's shown her heart. Like at some point, like Drew just seemed like she just keep on acting. Like you're just this big
And she
actress.
just been floating these past couple of years. It's like she's just an actress. It's no authenticity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
we don't see her really emotion, being sad, like none of that. It's like just surface level for me.
Like I'll use this as an example. You know, season 3 when it was Cynthia having a little function, and it was when they were grilling Phaedra about all the stuff, and Mama Joyce was there. Like that is the sisterhood, the friendship kind of like bonding that is missing. It's not authentic. And okay, I'm easy off RHOA. I'll still watch it. But I'm easy off of them. So what was those other topics? It was Kim. I don't really care about Kim. She's a drunk, allegedly. She's unfit to be taking care of anybody. Why are you trying to scare me? Are you frozen? Oh
My
Lord,
bad.
she
I
is
froze.
frozen. You frozen? You started playing Kandi?
Yes, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Hold on, then I'm echoing. Let me turn off one of these things. Okay, I don't think I'm echoing now. I gotta reboot. I'm sorry. Yeah, as soon as I played Kandi, I froze. As soon as I asked you about Kandi's one woman show.
That voice just stopped everything.
Would you think? Would you go to her one woman show? Did you go to her one woman show?
I don't think she came to my city.
She's worldwide, honey. She's coming.
I don't need to go. I'm sorry. I do like
what do you
Kandi's
think
voice.
about her revealing that Todd cheated and it wasn't in the legal documents?
I feel bad for Kandi because I think she really does love Todd. Todd is a cutie. I wouldn't want to lose him either. And she really wanted an emotional kind of like cuckold kind of a thing.
Oh.
So basically, I'm not putting that on Todd, but that's kind of what she wanted. She wanted to be a femdom and dominate. Here's who you like. Here's who you can't like. You can't.
Oh.
So that's just my opinion.
Uh-huh.
So I just think I feel bad for her, but her whole kind of like romanticizing having all these people coming in and out of your bed is just, it's a key. It's like, you really thought you could keep up with the marriage with that? Really?
Yeah.
No,
Because on the
no.
one hand, you want a traditional relationship. You don't want them to quote unquote cheat. But then on the other hand, you allowing. I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, and then it was those videos from just a year or whatever ago where he was like, he was like, or they were both like, oh, she flipped the girls like pancakes or something. Or what was they saying? Do you remember?
No, he said something about he made a comment about she don't ever flip the mattress.
Oh,
something about she didn't even flip the mattress. You don't remember that?
Yeah.
And then he said, candy for everybody. He made a lot of different random ass comments on that Glam Squad.
Oh yeah, it was
show.
like, oh, I don't even count the women.
Yeah.
So okay, y'all had your little swinger relationship. It didn't last. Okay, that
People say
makes
that she was
sense.
trying to copy Tiny and Tip, but even Tiny and Tip know there are boundaries and they don't put their shit in the street. You know what I'm saying? They know that I don't know. Anyway.
No, they got real.
But there's a difference too. There's a different dynamic in Tiny and Tip because Tip is a rapper and a superstar. You know, Tiny ain't running the house. Tip's still running the household. You know what I'm saying? With Kandi and Todd, I think the dynamic is different because Kandi is the money maker and she treats Todd like the housewife.
And do you think a little bit of it was like, okay, I'm on this show about relationships, so let me just go ahead and marry this. Let me go ahead and marry him so I can have a little storyline. And oh, we end the show, divorce. You think it's a little bit of that?
Right. I guess. Yeah. But it's interesting that now, the best part of Kandi is off the show. We getting all the dirt and stuff. We really getting into the weeds with the legal documents and them going back and forth and the prenup and what really was paid and how
Yeah.
much money, all of that stuff. So yeah,
With
I'm
everything
here
you're
for it.
talking about, I dang near want her back on the show because I didn't think her last season was boring. I thought her last season was her most interesting season since season 9. So I would have rather had her than Kenya. But oh, poor Kenya. We're not gonna talk about her.
Poor Kenya, Lord.
Poor Kenya. Oh,
Hey,
poor
see. I mean, how you feel about Kenya and the eviction?
Listen, they be talking about how you smiling and stuff. I don't want to sound like I'm smiling while I talk about
I wasn't even smiling. You couldn't even see my face. How was I smiling?
No, you know how people be trying to play you and say, oh, you just sound so giddy when you talk about it. So I don't want to sound giddy. Or maybe I don't care if I sound giddy. I think, hey, checkmate.
Why not sound? This is entertainment news. We can sound giddy if we want to. That don't mean I'm happy about her circumstance. That means this is entertainment. I'm trying to entertain the people.
Michelle,
We got to make the news entertaining.
Exactly. You have been on a steady and consistent eviction watch for these past couple months. And I was just thinking, okay, it's just really going to be Michelle that's going to be out there when the stuff is thrown out. When it happened and it was all when it was all over social media, oh my God. I was like,
So they had to call me, honey. You know, my video got 1.3 million views on TikTok.
Yes, I saw it. And I had to
I was
drag
like, how they dragging me? I don't even care. I'm like, keep going.
Oh yeah, because that's clicks, views. Come on.
It is what it is, child.
But no, it was just an epic story, and like I feel bad for her, I guess. But yeah, tough.
But you have to remember that Kenya made her own bed.
She did.
Kenya, everything that she did that led up to that moment, the calling Brit a hoe, to ruining Brit's insurance business, to pulling out them poster boards, like all of that is led up to that. Like, and it wasn't even an actual business. She wasn't even taking real clients. So I mean, it is what it is.
Michelle, you have me screaming so hard. Like that's why I'll be calling in because I just be laughing so much when you do your show. This is just no, but
What
like
you laughing at now?
Because it's just funny the way you report. It's just a key. It's a key.
I mean, it just be factual. I just be telling the truth. I try not to lie on people.
Well, I live for it, Michelle. I live for your show, and
I
I think
appreciate you.
I'm a head out. But thank you for letting me call in. Love you.
Thanks, Sierra Content. Love you too.
I don't even know how to
Hey,
exit now. StreamYard can
I
change.
got you. It's everybody say the same thing. All right, bye.
Bye.
Y'all go follow Sierra Content for everything Sierra. Hey, C, you back?
Yes, I am. I be having sound issues for some reason
Oh, no
sometimes.
worries. Welcome
But
back.
I wanted to about Kandi though. You know, that entire unconventional experiment that she had, trying to convince the rest of the world that this is marriage. You know,
Uh-huh.
that from the riddle to the that entire saga blew up in her face.
Uh-huh.
And I will tell you, I don't think that um I believe that I don't know why, but for some reason, something inside of me, as soon as Candy decided not to come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I knew their marriage was gonna be over like real
Mm.
soon. I don't know why I knew that, but I knew it. Part of me also think that um whatever happened to her and Todd and this business with the I thought he was just involved with the plays as she was. And they were
He
doing them
was.
together.
He was on in the first situation with what was it, Othello? One of them, he was in there too. It
And
was
so
Kenny
like
and Todd. So I don't know.
it was just like they went from this dynamic duo to like then we just stopped hearing about his participation in it all and Candy just being on the road.
Yeah.
So I think that there was probably some telling there that something wasn't going on. But I think he started crying about being around her too much and
Mm.
wanted to like do things on his own or something and stuff like that. So I think that ended up leaking over into that. But when it comes to it's just another thing about Portia and Simon's story that's a
Uh-huh.
little weird to me. Um, Portia mentioned in that interview that she had known Simon 8 years. That was the verbiage that she chose to use.
Mhm.
She had known Simon 8 years.
Mhm. I said that.
That was I don't know if that was
It
a
not I met
Freudian
him 8
slip.
years ago and I don't remember him. I know him. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that was, and not only that, not I met him, known him 8 years ago. That's like when you say I know somebody, that's a deeper than I met them or I know of them. Like we got to know each other real good. And
Mhm.
so, but then Simon even said though in an interview that the very first time he met Portia was at that house.
Mhm.
So they're lying to cover up something together, Portia and Simon.
I know they knew each other beforehand, child. It ain't no.
Yeah, because that's the only way that that would make sense. They have to be
Mhm.
lying
I
when it
told
comes
y'all everybody knew Simon. Simon buy all the drink. Everybody knows Simon.
when
Marlo
it
knew Simon. Everybody knew Simon.
and when it comes to the DL Whisperer, with the nature of this case and everybody and everything that's involved and how it transpired, I mean not the DL Whisperer, but TS
Dominique Morgan.
Madison's. Yes. Why is this not a RICO?
Interesting. I don't know. Who knows what may happen? Who knows
That's
what's being investigated? Who knows? I'm sure somebody listen, this
because
person has been indicted, has pled guilty. The bail has been remanded. They're in jail right now. They in Rikers Island. Okay, this person took allegedly $100,000 from another nonprofit, and then TS Madison's nonprofit isn't non-profiting. Like nobody's in the house. Like it's still TS Manhand's house. So how is it a
Mhm.
nonprofit if it's still your house? You didn't sign a deed over to a nonprofit organization, so you're still making profit. Even if they pay the mortgage, it's still your house. You're still benefiting from the escrow. So all of that, and it's only one person in the house allegedly. So I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time, and TS Manhans tries to deflect from it. He tried to like focus on the DL Whisperer to get people to forget about the starter house. But what's going on with the starter
Mhm.
house?
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
What's
And
going on with Dominique? Remember TS Madison was running around when the DL Whisperer said that Dominique was supposed to be going to jail, and TS Madison was like, Dominique, where's Dominique?
mhm,
All this stuff, acting like, Dominique was lost and all this stuff, trying to,
mhm.
yeah. But now, are you doing the same thing now? Why you not saying nothing now? Dominique is in jail in Rikers
Right,
Island.
right, right. I have a feeling that we're not gonna hear much from him.
Mm,
I have a feeling he's gonna get a little bit silent on that. And I don't know if this was one of the topics, and correct me if I'm veering off, but Pinky and her husband, I just don't see it for them. I really like, what she represent and everything that she has going on,
mhm.
but I don't know. It's just like it's I don't I'm bored. I'm
You
not
didn't like
really
that
that.
her husband said that she could have the 5 million?
No, I'm just bored with them, him and her. It's an awkward couple to me.
Oh.
Like it just doesn't. I don't know. It's just it. It very much reminds me, for some reason, on some level, in a different way. It reminds me of that relationship that old girl had with her husband, the one that Kenya got put off of, Britt Eady.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, but I pick up on that a little bit. Um, it's just
Hmm.
weird, but
Interesting.
vibes don't mean anything. But I just don't know though that they are a good fit for the show, and I wouldn't be surprised if like this ended up being her last season, because I
Oh.
don't really see her giving us much more than what she has so far.
I just found it interesting that, she's mad at Phaedra for saying she used to eat meat and her husband run a whole cheesesteak business.
Well, that's exactly why I don't her find it weird that she's mad at Phaedra for it. Like that's exactly why I don't find. That's exactly why she would be upset about it though, because that's weird. I will
Yeah.
tell you, I don't know. It's strange. Again, it's just as strange as their relationship to me. Now that you mention that, I don't
Uh-huh.
know too many vegans that even one of my friends is a vegan, and when we go out to eat, there is always this. I don't want to say pressure, but there's just like this. I don't. I just don't
Like
understand
y'all don't
how.
want to talk about meat. Y'all can't eat meat.
Yeah, we're not gonna eat meat. We're not gonna talk about meat, and then when we talk about meat, it's not real meat, and it just ticks
Uh-huh.
me off. Um,
Uh-huh.
and
But her
like,
husband still eat meat. So she's
and he
still cooking
hasn't.
meat, but she not eating meat.
Yeah, and then I think there was a few people mentioned that something about her making an accusation about her though. That wasn't the only person. Who else
Oh.
said something? It
Kelly.
wasn't just Phaedra, was it? Oh, Kelly don't mean
It was
nothing.
actually Kelly. Phaedra didn't necessarily say she ate meat. Phaedra just said she owned a rib joint back in the day, a Jamaican rib spot or whatever.
Okay, I don't
Kelly, the
take that.
one that was joking and said she ate meat.
And it's crazy that she mad at Phaedra, so I don't take that with a grain of salt because Kelly, she's kind of like a Phaedra in a way. Kelly is like this little Yorkie that yaps out and throw things out for reactionary purposes. Like it's
Uh-huh.
just weird. And then that's pretty much it. And I guess she wants some kind of drama from that. But I know
Yeah.
that even when she came onto the show, that was her signature stamp. Like that
Yeah.
was the very first introduction of her. Why you took that lady man or husband or something like that. It was just, and
Mhm.
she gave us that moment several times more in different ways throughout that season last year. But yeah, that's all. I think I ran down
You
everything I
forgot
had at the
KKK
top of my
Kim.
mind. You know,
Kim
um,
Zolciak losing her kids.
you know what? To be honest with you, for some reason, that's so taboo for me because of
Oh,
Drew. I
okay.
don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with that. Like these
Uh-huh.
women on like the Housewives of Atlanta, they take the biggest L's of like the Housewives franchise. Like like the types of L's that they take moral L's, they take financial L's. Um, it's just weird to me. So, but yeah, I'm not, to be honest with you, I don't even follow Kim and Croy like that.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped
That's all
paying
good.
attention to Kim when her and Croy started trying to like.
It was just interesting that Kim is going through this whole ghetto hood rat drama when she was the one calling the ladies ghetto and all of that stuff. So, that's all. I just, the same thing about Kenya, talking about other people's businesses and then she end up with her stuff out on the street. So, it's just
Right. Oh, yeah.
interesting to see things come full circle and karma and all of that stuff. That's
Oh
all.
yeah. Is her daughter still on that new show?
I think so. I don't know. I never watched it, but I think she's still on there.
Because the way her daughter put her out on blast, like on that show,
Uh-huh.
about spending her money and the way even her boyfriend like was panning Kim out. It was very reminiscent of the way that Kim introduced her mom to the Housewives. If you remember that, way back when Kim's mom first started making appearances on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kim would
Uh-huh.
like pretty much shame her mom on that show and say things that would make us recognize again that her mom had a morale issue when it came to being a mother.
Oh, wow.
And so it's just interesting. I can't believe you don't recall that.
I vaguely, I
Like
just
if
know Kim didn't like her mother, and she wouldn't let her mother use the restroom and during the
yeah,
wedding or something. Yeah.
yeah, but even in her house, like I remember there was a few moments where Kim really just kind of even before the Croy and the wedding drama scenario, we
Uh-huh.
already knew that Kim and her mom had like a very dysfunctional relationship from like whenever Kim, season 2 or 3. Like I very clearly remember that. But anyway,
Okay.
I just wanted to say I think that's interesting how that came full circle with her own kids on national television.
Uh,
Um, but that's all.
okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in, see.
Yes, ma'am. And it's
Thank you,
weird.
sir.
I really do. I don't have a problem with Dre. I really do appreciate Dre's
I don't have a problem with
communication.
Dre either. Dre is just like a gnat. He just buzz around and you just let him buzz and whatever.
Mhm.
He is what
Well, you
he
have
is.
a good night, Michelle.
Thank you. You too. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. It has been amazing. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about Kim Zolciak losing custody of her kids. We talked about Kandi exposing Todd for cheating. We talked about Porsha on Carlos King's show. And we touched on the TS Madison's co-founder of the Starter House drama. Okay. It was something else I had to say about that. I don't even know what it is. Oh, the Dominique. Okay. The Dominique Morgan thing. Hold on. I wanted to play what they had said about the 21 days and how no and how hold on, let me see if I can play it because they had blocked me. Um, Here it is right here.
Oh, good morning. All right, so it's 8:51.
He was getting ready to go to jail right here.
I moved to Atlanta August
She,
3rd,
they, them.
2022. My last day, no, I'm the second, my last day of open project was August 3rd. For 2 years, moving on to a new job, accomplishing things and everything.
I can't hear what
I
they
thought
saying.
the bullshit.
That's too long. Anyway, they were saying that the 21 days was a lie. And then somebody said you still not taking accountability, and this what they said.
So, bitch, when you played with me in February, I let it go because I was like, one, I'm not in a position to have the conversation. And two, this is what the game is. But today, you bring your raggedy ass to my comment section with your 21,000 followers and think that you're going to play with me. First, I have nothing to be accountable for because if you listen to the video, instead of coming, if you feel like you know exactly what's going on with me, then you go over there and tell that story. But I want to know your brain capacity to think about the alleged of $100,000 in 30 days, you stupid bitch. Having a shake and go wig is one thing, but a shake and go brain is another.
I just wanted to show y'all the lie.
I also said in the video And as of today, when all this is done, all of the protection orders around saying people's names and all those things are lifted. So what were you coming here for?
They haven't got sentenced
Said it
yet.
wasn't for somebody who wants to fucking eat my ass.
The sentencing is May 29th, I think. Let me go see. Right now I'm just wasting time. The sentencing is, hold on, you know I got the court documents right here. May 28th. So here is the actual all of the court stuff. Let me put this up here. Child. He been rescheduling this court case since the early part of 2025. Okay. They offered a plea deal, and apparently the plea deal was withdrawn on February 11th, 2026. And the defendant pled guilty. If y'all can see that without the comments right there. And then he had to appear in court the other day, April 29th, 2026. And it was a sentencing hearing. However, there was he was remanded, bail was revoked, and now he is in jail until the actual sentencing hearing, which is May 28th, 2026. They say he is facing, he, she, them, they is facing 5 to 10 years in prison for fraud. Hold on, we have somebody else in the. Hey, Sierra Content. Welcome back.
What's up? What's up? Yeah. Oh wow, this is very messy.
A mess, honey.
Ooh.
And they was blocking me, acting like I was lying on them.
Yeah, because I didn't realize that. Well, I don't know the pronoun she. Let's just say she.
I just called them she.
Yeah, I didn't know that she had admitted to it in February. So because basically I thought that, because is this related to when TS Madison and Manhands was like, rich friends, I need your help? Was it like around about that? Is that what the person got in trouble for?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I hope nobody gets implicated in that, because that's a mess.
Okay.
To go to away for 5 to 10 years over 100K or whatever it was. Stupid. Stupid. And ghetto.
I'm trying to find the Sandra Rose article.
Ooh, yeah.
I love Sandra.
Let's see what Sandra got to say.
TS Madison. Let me see. She done changed her site. I can't find it.
And also, I kind of remember what I was calling back about, because I saw TS Manhands on Twitter, and he's very boastful. And I recall some tweets where he goes, "Oh, I didn't spend my money. I didn't spend the government money." Or do you remember like those tweets where he?
Yes, I do. I do.
So were those tweets in relation to this case, or?
Let's look at the he even did a news article. It's gonna be a lot of receipts when they start investigating. Look at this right here. This is the one person that's in the house right now. They was on CBS News in Atlanta. Hold on, let's look.
In prison, freedom comes with a new set of challenges, including housing, employment, and safety. Local advocate TS Madison is stepping in to help those that help close that gap for Black trans women trying to start over. Our Kaylee Fedko has the story.
That's the one person that's in the house that's a TikToker.
One person in a house
with a powerful purpose.
You matter. You're important.
Wait a minute. I got that dress.
The TS Madison Starter House in Atlanta is a residential recovery
single white male.
I have stole my dress.
A single Black male, honey.
For Black trans women who have spent time in jail.
I understand that usually when we're in dire straits, we don't make the greatest decisions because our backs are against the wall. Right now, relax.
This is all stunts and shows.
Like, where is the real Maddie? Where is the one that is grunting and cussing and
human?
barking.
You've made a mistake.
Entertainer and LGBTQ+ rights advocate TS Madison opened the home last year on Transgender Day of Visibility to fill a gap.
Last year they've been taking donations for a year.
She says society has ignored. A place to rest, a place to reset.
Where are the
and rebuild.
transgenders at?
The
Where are
goal,
the homeless transgenders?
have a stable job by the time you leave.
You can relax. You ain't got to worry about no bills. You don't have to worry about any food. You don't have to worry about if it's cold outside or if it's
Where
too hot.
they at?
You don't have to worry about that.
You ain't got. Where are the homeless transgenders?
Rest.
The home's first resident, Shamea
Yeah, it's such an
Esters.
epidemic. Where
The
are
first
they?
resident made it in December, January of this year. They've been open for a year. The first resident in January came from TikTok.
Knows exactly what that chance means.
Being so young and trying to navigate being gay and then eventually trans in prison, and then to come home from prison, not knowing what community looked like, didn't know how to access certain things. I was looking for community. I was looking for facilitators.
After spending 8 years in jail,
Wait,
she
wait,
became
wait.
the starter
Where's the real
house's
proof
first
that
resident.
this person was down and out? Where's that proof?
This person got like 100,000 TikTok followers or something. I don't know.
Is this another one of them content creation spaces?
Right,
going on?
right. This person's
is
name
going-
is Queen Shamea on TikTok.
I got stabbed 5 times. I've been in 13 prisons. I've been transferred 26 times.
Stepping into stability for the first
What Dominique at?
time in years.
So what I usually do in the morning is I like to get up, I walk around basically and just stretch and, give myself affirmations and just thank God that I'm in this place, I'm able to live here.
Inside the home, there's
It's giving
structure,
improv.
accountability,
It's giving
and
play.
support. And one important rule, no men allowed.
If you've been delivered from it and you're free from
Wait
it,
a minute.
stay away from it. There'll be no.
The jokes write themselves, right? Did they just say no men allowed?
I think they did. Well, okay.
Oh.
If you've been delivered from it and you're free from it, stay away from it. There'll be no temptations of it.
Here, re-entry begins in earnest.
Come in here, absorb some of this energy. Come absorb some of this. Hallelujah.
T.S. Madison's work doesn't stop here. She's creating a docuseries to show life inside.
See, they doing a movie. That's the only reason that girl in there. They doing a movie. It is child.
The new Medea movie looks really good. Yeah.
Ooh. I'm trying to find the girl page. Hold on. I can't.
Definitely was a comedy.
Huh?
Well, I mean, that segment that we just saw was a straight up fiasco. I mean, oh Lord, they got to learn how to act better.
She blocked me. I can't see none of her stuff. Queen Shamea. I guess TS Man has made them block me.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to the one person in the house. No men allowed.
Yeah, that was a key. Well, I hope
And
everyone
then
survives this.
let's not forget that TS was begging for money.
We need your help, my rich friends.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was a key.
Is this it right here? Donate today. Yep, that's it right here.
With so many iconic things that have shifted culture. Bitch, I'm black. Get a job.
Donate today.
I'm not ashamed of anything that I've ever done.
It's the music for me.
Look at that.
I want to have a sense of home. I want somewhere that I can come and feel like.
Look, this is the TV show. Look at Dominique. That's the one that's in jail right there on the right.
People understand me, not just.
Huh?
All dolled up in makeup.
So they was interviewing the person that's gonna be on the TV show, and they taking donations. Is this what's going on?
The prison girl.
Just hearing her say that all I need is a stable place to lay my head, to start over again, to do right. The girls could thrive here.
They had a whole ribbon cutting ceremony for one person to move in.
Community leaders and advocates marking the day with the grand opening of the TS Madison Starter House. It is a
TS invited all his friends and family.
New reentry home for formerly incarcerated transgender women. The new facility acts as a
Where are all the transgender people that live there? Where is all the homeless transgender people?
Madison, and I am one of the founders of the TS Madison Starter House, along with Dominique Morgan, who partnered me with NASM Inc.
Not Dominique Morgan.
That? Along with Dominique Morgan, who just got sent to jail for fraud.
Felt like the perfect partnership. What they wanted to make happen, what Madison had at her disposal.
But TS Manhands acting like he don't even know who Dominique is now.
Right. When name dropping goes wrong.
The community that I'm a part of is in dire need of housing and education and reform. NASM has been around for 35 years. It is raising money.
Look at this damn broad shoulder anyway.
What will it look like if the TS Madison Starter House is now closed because we cannot sustain the project?
If it was closed, only one person, they could go to a hotel.
It is urgent. Urgent that we get help from people around.
You got about 5 bedrooms and one person live there.
Around the world. If you're my trans friend, I need your help. If you're my straight friend, I need your help. If you're my gay friend, I need your help. If you're my rich friend, if you're my superstar friend, we need your help.
They need your help for this starter house, and one of them is in jail for stealing $100,000 and falsifying documents. And saying they was using the money to get people to get transgenders out of jail. One of them already in jail for stealing $100,000. They need your help. Y'all send them y'all money if y'all want to. Anyway,
it doesn't look good. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything.
Y'all know when I say the truth don't need no help. Remember I said that? I kept telling y'all the truth don't need no help. The truth don't need no help. Now look what's going on. The truth is coming out.
I hear you. Well, thank you for letting me call in again so I could yap about that part because I had to say something that is just a mess.
I know.
Stealing it. Ooh, allegedly.
I know. Anytime, friend. Thank you for calling in.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, child. And all the people on TikTok, I've been getting my life on TikTok. All the people on TikTok is talking about it. And I was like, what is the people on TikTok talking about? Hold on. Let me go see. What is the people? Let me see if I can search Dominique Morgan. The people on TikTok is reading the girls, honey. How can I log in? I don't even know how to log in. I use my QR code. Oh, I've been on a long time. This fun. This Saturday night. I ain't got nothing to do. I gotta get up early in the morning though. Let me see TikTok. There you go. Okay, I had to log in to TikTok from my phone to my desktop. Did it work? Okay. Now, look at it. Look at the videos. All these people are talking about Dominique Morgan on TikTok. And Dominique Morgan is TS Madison's partner. So some people look, they like
an avid Dominique Morgan fan. I am a little bit confused by these charges. I heard a lot of the rumors of her stealing $100,000 from a profit, and allegedly. But she's going to New York, and she did make a video on her page saying, "Hey, look, I'm gonna go deal with this now." There were multiple people who also were kind of on the middle ground of, "Hey, I don't feel like I know I follow this girl Alex Starr," and she was like, if she did this, yes, she deserves to be held accountable. But really, we don't know anything that's going on. I really hope for some form of statement, but because I never saw Dominique really address it too much on her page, I didn't really touch on it.
Dominique said it was a lie.
Paula was like, that heifer did it. I've been watching her court documents. She's going for at least 30 days, and then they finna sentence her, and it's going to be at least 10 to 15. So when she made that statement, Dominique made a statement on her page, someone was like, you know what? I believe you. I read your Substack and I hear you. So I was like, what's the link to the Substack? Because I would love to see an official written statement that you made about the matter. I go read the Substack. I'm going to put the link in my description. I was going to put it up here, but I realized that's not going to work because this is TikTok. I have a lot more questions than answers, and I'm a lot more like if I was over here definitely defending, it's slowly coming over here because there was
All the
not
people
I
defending
didn't do it.
are
Not a
now
single
finally
one.
seeing the
This
truth.
day, this
See, people be blind with these parasocial relationships, and they feel like, because the person said something, that what the person told you online is true. And now the truth is coming out. Now people are like, well, damn, this person was lying. Now he in
happened.
jail.
On this day, I was framed for this. Bookie Bear Doodle Butt did this to me, and I was wronged. There was none of that. It was just Misty Woo. That's how it felt. It felt like when you catch your man cheating on you and he just give you a whole bunch of hoopla for 30 minutes because he don't want you to leave. And I don't want to say BS because I genuinely do follow this person, right? And I really do respect what she has to say. But this is a little concerning. Like if you put out a statement and it's like, I'm finding my truth. I remember when I went into this organization, I wanted to do good work. And this is a part of me. But you got charges on the line, babe. I would appreciate something a little bit more specific when we're trying to figure out charges, court time, and sentencing. And it's like
$100,000 that they stole from their own community. That's it. That's all. I was just like going down the rabbit hole of everybody talking about the Dominique Morgan situation and the 21 days and all of that, and how it's actually longer than 21 days. Hold on, what this person has said.
Now y'all know I love a good read by Miss Morgan here. But just because I love the read does not mean I love the behavior. See, I reached out to Miss Dominique Morgan when I saw via a friend who works for courts that her case was going to be here in New York.
Court documents.
I live in New York. And I extended if you need anything, please let me know, even if you need me to just be there to sit in support. She didn't say anything. She didn't respond. And she don't know me, and I don't know her. But that's just the type of person I am. She gets online and states that this DL Whisperer man is doing a whole bunch of stalking and craziness. And I'm not saying that I believe one person over another person, but it was just, I too have been stalked. I too have had groups of people, just like say stuff for no reason. You know what I mean? And I know how that feels. I wasn't on nobody's side. I just was enjoying her post, going on about my business, right? Like most of us. But
and that's why I was
transpired.
wondering, how did this person get a restraining order against DL Whisperer just on the strength of them being the co-founder of the Starter House with TS Madison? It was giving that they only did that to silence the DL Whisperer, in my humble opinion.
The DL Whisperer goes to jail. People call him a liar. People say all kinds of craziness. Dominique, on the other hand, was sitting around saying he was a liar. Meanwhile, the whole time, he wasn't a liar. Because she had the court case and the court hearing or whatever it was that was going on legally. And she was on the docket. I know. Because I reached out to ask her if she needed support. So it was, I started questioning. I started going, okay, what's going on here? Because I know what she's saying is a lie. But, she's getting on, she's making these posts and she's saying that, no, she didn't have any court. And I'm sitting over here in New York scratching my head because I know what I know because of who I know, Okay, so this whole shenanigans just keeps going on. And certain things are being said that's making me scratch my head and go, huh? That's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie, Dominique. Like, what you doing, girl? What you doing? So I unfollowed her because my gut and my intuition says something ain't right. Okay, something right, something going on, and 2 + 2 is equaling 5 in her world, and I'm not getting it. Well, something came across my page, and it wasn't her, but it was somebody else talking about Miss Dominique gonna sit down and rest for 21 days, and I was like, sit down and rest for 21 days? What's she talking about? Like, what? I'm like, sit down and rest. So I listen, and then I go in the comments, and then I hit Dominique Morgan and the rest of 21 days, a little strip at the bottom, and then I came across her post. Now I'm not saying nothing disparaging, Lord knows. Because I don't know the full scope. I don't know the full story.
I'm all
into
the story.
That when the state gets involved in sentencing folk for the crimes that she is accused of,
Uh-huh.
You don't get to bargain 21 days. So now my mind is spinning because you don't get to bargain that kind of thing. What essentially happens is you get held, detained, until the actual sentencing hearing, I guess you would call it. Now, I'm no legal, but I've watched enough court shows and watched enough First 48 and all kind of stuff. And then it's because of the people I know who know how the process goes, you know? So she's saying 21 days. Babies. Okay, she may be in there for about 30 days. I'm just saying. This is my speculation based upon what I was explained. She may be in there for about 30 days. And then if she gets sentenced, ain't no 21 days and then tra-la-la-la-la, you go off and live your life. She is facing anywhere from 5 to 15. And if anything else comes up during the course of this whole thing, it may be 30. Okay, so I don't know. Like I said, I'm just speculating. But baby, you're gonna have to come clean, Miss Morgan. You got to come clean.
So yeah. Everybody on TikTok has been talking about the lie, the 21-day lie right before they went into jail, and how now the person has been remanded and has to stay in jail until their sentencing hearing. The sentencing hearing is at the end of May, and the Okra Project, as I said earlier, has released a statement. Also, the gag is Dominique Morgan was also previously convicted of fraud and has spent 10 years in jail. And look, somebody here then wrote a victim statement saying that Dominique Morgan was stalking them online. Child, this is a mess, honey. Look at all this Dominique Morgan. And then they trying to say that this is an excuse for people to be transphobic and yada, 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 yada. I don't know that that's true. Hold on, let me see this. This the 21 days arrest thing. It won't play. I can't play it. Okay. It won't let me play it. Oh well. But there's that. Did C call back? C, did you call back, friend? Or did you just not get kicked out? I think you just didn't get kicked out. Okay, I see you. All right. You said what TS Man has got to say? Absolutely nothing. Radio silence. Y'all need to ask TS Man Hands what he got to say, because the Dominique on Rikers Island tonight. Come clean about what? Can Dominique implicate other people? I don't think they can. I mean, this investigation has been going on for several years, and apparently, yeah, I just don't know. And I'm gonna end it with this, which is the actual news footage when Dominique Morgan was indicted. Hold on. Here it is right here. And now that indictment has turned into a guilty sentence, and that guilty sentence, he is now up, or she is now up for sentencing and is in jail right now.
On Native and LGBTQ plus advocate is now indicted in New York.
Dominique Morgan is accused of stealing about $100,000 meant for a Brooklyn-based bail program.
ATV News Watch 7's Alex McClune is here live in the studio with details and her rise in the Metro. Al?
Rob, Julie, and
as y'all can see, this was the original news article that was about a year ago that Dominique Morgan was saying it was all a lie. The DL Whisperer had actually pulled the court documents and said that Dominique was supposed to turn themselves in. Actually, they were, and they kept getting continuances on the case, and now they are in jail as of April 29th.
Alleged closet renovation, Mercedes-Benz payments. Morgan faced a judge and was released without bail yesterday after turning a decade spent in prison into action for formerly incarcerated people. Omaha's prominent LGBTQ plus advocate indicted. Dominique Morgan facing charges of second-degree grand larceny and 23 counts of first.
So they were stealing from their own people.
Degree falsifying business records. Prosecutors allege the native Nebraskan submitted purported bail receipts for 23 people arrested in Douglas County, Nebraska and Fulton County, Georgia. But an audit by the Brooklyn-based nonprofit Morgan formerly led revealed fraudulent receipts and no such people were arrested. Prosecutors allege Morgan transferred about $99,000 to her personal account instead of helping people pay bail, allegedly using the money on a $19,000 California closet renovation, Mercedes-Benz car payments, purchases at apparel stores, and other expenses.
It was also reported that they had gave employees like Louis Vuitton purses and stuff. So I guess he was like, I'm gonna spread the wealth, honey. I'm gonna buy y'all stuff so y'all won't snitch on me.
Including meals. Omaha honored her last summer, a street dedication after managing the country's largest advocacy organization for incarcerated LGBTQ+ people living with HIV and AIDS, Black and Pink National. Omaha City Council member Juanita Johnson saying in a statement, "It is essential that we allow our justice system to do its work impartially and thoroughly." Morgan recently relocated to Atlanta, modeling Apple's Pride watch band.
Relocated to Atlanta. They were a male when they served time. They were a male when they stole $100,000, and then they transitioned and moved to Atlanta. Interesting.
Seen on Times Square and grand marshalling the New York Pride Parade. Morgan referred us to her attorney, who we've yet to hear back from today, but what Morgan published as a public statement says, "What saddens me, however, is knowing this situation could potentially undermine not only my work, but also the efforts of those who share my experiences and identities." Morgan is due back in court in December. Rob.
So this was before the December court was continued to February, and then they appeared in February, issued a guilty plea, and then they appeared in April 29th, and for sentencing, the bail was revoked, and now they're in jail. And the next hearing is May 28th, where they will be officially sentenced after 2 years of this ongoing case. So the people say that they're gonna walk out. I don't think they're gonna walk out. Okay. The people say that they are facing 5 to 10. So I don't know what may happen. Maybe, there may be some miracle and they would be like time served 21 days, because that's what the people say. So I don't know. But it is questionable that TS Manhands has been radio silent about his business partner being indicted and going to prison for embezzling over $100,000 from another nonprofit. But on that note, thank y'all for tuning in. We talked about a lot of things. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you are not subscribed. And I will see you guys in the next video. Good night, squad.